delete, 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 delete. No, 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 no. Delete, delete, delete. No. You understand? No. I know what you understand. I know get machine. I am new guy. I know use machine today. Well, baskets everywhere. Baskets everywhere, bro. You might want to use the machine. No. All right. Meanwhile, there's baskets all over the parking lot. All right, so let me go ahead and give Sportslive's picks. Sportslive, you're listening, bro. I'm going to just do your picks for your tournament. My picks are going to be different from mine. Dolphins and Bengals, I'll go with Bengals. Vikings at Saints. Browns at Falcons, I'll go with your Atlanta Falcons. Bills at Ravens. Ravens. Commanders at Cowboys, Commanders. Seahawks at Lions, Seahawks. Chargers at Texans, Chargers. Titans at Colts, Titans. Bears at Giants, Giants. Jaguars at Eagles, Eagles. Jets at Steelers, Steelers. Cardinals at Panthers, I got the Panthers. Patriots at Packers, I got the Packers. Broncos at Raiders, I got the Raiders. Chiefs at Buccaneers, I got the Bucks. And Rams at Niners, I got the Niners. So there you go, Sports Live. That is your picks, and we are barely a minute and 30 seconds in. So there's your picks, okay? So if you want, you can go ahead and do whatever you want. And in terms of the actual results, let's go ahead and show the results real quick. Hey, Fire, what's going on, man? All right, so this is the results for the Pick'em League. Let me go ahead and show the results. My bad. Hold on. The fuck? What? Wait. Hold on. Okay, why is it? Okay, I'm just going to click on that, and then I'm going to hit share. Okay, got you. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and share them, man, and then show the results real quick. You guys want to click on the tournament-champions.com link. It's in the bottom of the description. These are the overall records. These are the records for the week. The weeks were really not that good. I'm going to be honest with you. The records were kind of terrible. If you guys want to look. Yeah, I went 12-4. I went 12-4 in my picks, and I got a video to prove my shit. I went 12-4. There were a couple people that went 12-4. Believe it or not. And Division 1 was terrible. I mean, Matt Ogden went 10-6, but Micah Sims 6-8, Marvin 8-8, Greg 6-10, Corey and Adrian 7-9. Ouch. It's terrible records, man. Kyle did the best in Division 2 at 10-6. Not too many 10s and 6s or better. Austin H went 12-4. Give him a shout out. Megatron 10-6. This division all bad except for Shelby went 10-6. Sportslive went 10-6. LAOG went 11-5. Weston 10-6. Casey Kidd Eagles fan went 7-9. Duke Bother 7-9. Bolts 8-8. Eddie from Fort Worth, give you a shout out at 11-5. The records were kind of bad for most of the people here. I mean, there were a lot of upsets this week. And then for the ladies, the records were kind of bad as well. Brandon Rogers, Ryan Patty went 10-6. I'm just reading the ones who did really good this week. Kev went 10-6. Polston 8-8. I went 12-4. Let's see, any other good records? No, all the records are like 8-8s and below, man. Not really that good, man. Some terrible records this week. You guys will click on the link. Jamal Seaton, of course, and Peter went 11-5, or Jamal went 10-6, and Peter went 11-5. The worst record was 4-12. And the best record was 12-4, and the rest of the records were just average to subpar average. Only about 10 people went 10-6 or better. Wasn't too many. And then, of course, these are the actual overall results, as you can see. The best record right now is, I think, is at 31 wins. I think I'm there. And then Jamal Seaton, of course, is also 31-17. That's not too bad. Thanasis is winning his division at 28-20 in Division 3. Solici's 29-19, jumps up top of Reese and Kyle, and Ferris are a little like neck to neck. Cattle Dog, you're 24-24 if you're watching. Like I said, look at this. The Division 1's terrible. 26-22 is the division leader with 3 guys. Yeah, it's not really that good. So, yeah, the records weren't really that good for most people. this week. But like I said, it's subject to change. It's a week by week. And if you, again, Chem123, you're watching, you're 28-20. Just in case you're watching Laporte, you're 27-21 winning your division. Jake, you're 30-18, but not Jake from State Farm, but he's winning his division 17. Anybody else want to know theirs, they can individually ask. Otherwise, the link's at the bottom of the description, man. You guys can check it out. I think the records, again, were subpar average. I don't think it was anything spectacular. But like I said, this is, one monkey, I guess, don't stop, no show. I know Polston and Kev wanted to jump on, but like I said, I wanted to get this over with because we're on Wednesday. And I can message them right now and see if they want to do their picks. Again, Sportslive, I already submitted your picks to you, so you got them. My record is bad. Yeah, man, like I said, it's just the first 3 weeks. Like I said, we got plenty of time, bro. Plenty of time. Let me contact Polston and let me know that that I'm live. I don't know if he's up or maybe I don't know if he's up or whatever. I could try to give Kev one too. Let me see if Kev's on. I hope they're up. Yeah, I'm supposed to work today at 2. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't even know. I may call in. I don't know. I'm just kidding. I mean, I'll probably end up going to work, but I just have those days, man, where I'm just stressed and tired. I just want rest. And I know today is going to be pretty bad because I'm going to be the only person well, technically it's going to be like me and 2 other guys, but it's going to be pretty hard in my department today. And that's why it's hard, man. Don't get me wrong. I love Walmart's benefits. I love the benefit package, the vacation and all that. But when it comes down to work, bust-ass labor, and people not showing up and stuff, or just don't care, it's hard, man. It's hard to put into that. It's hard to maintain a straight face when you're at work because no matter how good you want it, it's just like others could just make it so hard for you, your job, and it's just stressful. But I'm sure I'm not the only one going through it. I'm pretty sure a lot of you are also going through worker shortage as well and stuff. And it's just, is what it is. All right. So I guess, because I couldn't find Polston in them or they didn't sign on. I mean, if they come on, I'll let them on, but the stream, but I'm going to go ahead and do my NFL picks. I don't see what's the point in waiting. Again, the link is at the bottom of the description. Make sure you guys check it out and you can check out your standings and all that. Just click on that link, man. And I'm going to upload week 4's picks. So let's go. I want to there's a lot of good games on this week too, Marvin says. Yeah, there is. Let's go to Chrome tab real quick. Week 4, hit the share button. I still got to pass out Thursday's game today. Dolphins at Bengals, and it's tomorrow. I haven't had a chance to pass that out because I've been doing MLB picks for the MLB tournament. We just did the first round in baseball. I had to post all the results this morning. That put me back, and it's like you got to work today, so I can't pass any of the games out. And it's just like now I got to do my pick video, and it's just one thing after another, man. It's just trying to catch up and stay afloat, and then having to deal with stress at work also doesn't add to it. But let's go ahead and get to the NFL picks. I don't think we should waste any more time or waste anyone's time, right? All right, so we're going to go ahead and first kick off the first game of the week, which is a Thursday game, September 29th. You got the Miami Dolphins at the Cincinnati Bengals. Dolphins are in at 3-0 in this game. The Bengals are coming in at 1-2. Bengals are defending champion. Let me see if I can click on this and see if there's any sort of statistics or a game preview or something. I mean, I can't really show any video clips, but I don't know. It used to show a clip where you could upload the link and it would tell you the percentage of the chances of who has the best chance of winning, blah, blah, blah. And I noticed they don't really do that anymore. I don't know why they stopped doing that. I used to love that little feature they had on there, but let's just go ahead and go. Okay, so Miami at Cincinnati. So the Bengals are at home. This could be a trap game, right? So it's anticipated the Dolphins are supposed to go 3-0, 4-0. Supposed to be an obvious win, but I'm going to be honest with you. The Bengals could very well at least be 2-1. They should have beaten Pittsburgh in week 1, but they didn't. They lost that game in overtime. Really, the Steelers gave them every opportunity to win. Can the Bengals win this trap game? What do y'all think in the comments? Do y'all think Bengals could take it at home? Oh, you're here, Prodigal? You want in? Here, let me send you the link, sir. There, at least we got you in. Yeah, I messaged Kev, but like I said, if he comes in, I'll read him the picks, you know. I sent you the link, bro, if you want in. Somebody sent me a text. Oh, that was the beast from the NFL Pick'em League. All right, Polston, you think the Bengals can win? Oh, yeah, you picked the Bengals, Tenacious, huh? Let me go ahead and write that down, man. My bad, dude. I forgot that you picked that game. Or you sent me the pick for that. I was wondering who else that was that sent that to me. Hold on. I'm trying to look for your name. Always mix them up in here. I don't know why, but I know you're in Division what? Oh, shit, you're in Division 3. I didn't know I moved you all the way up there. All right, you got Cincinnati? Okay. Hey, Prodigal, what's up, man?
Hey, what's up? Who are they playing?
It's Miami at Cincinnati. Doesn't that smell like a trap game to you?
It's at Cincinnati, right?
Yeah, Dolphins 3-0. Bengals are 1-2. Yeah, I got your pick, Tenacious.
You know what? I'll go ahead and take Miami on this one.
Okay, what's your reason for it? Just asking.
Because I think I picked against Miami the past 3 weeks, and they've come out and won. So, yeah, I've learned my lesson. I'm not picking against Miami.
Man, I'll tell you what, this game could go either way. Bengals and, you know, Dolphins. And it was in Miami. It would be so easy.
Did the Bengals win last week?
They beat the Jets.
Oh, that doesn't count. That counts as half a win.
Shit. Just like my tie counts as half a win.
Yeah.
You know what, man? I'm just going to go with my gut here. I'm going to go with Cincinnati to win at home. I don't know why. I smell trap game written all over this. And it's a Thursday night game, so the spotlight's going to be on Tua. I mean, if Dolphins win, it wouldn't shock me, but I'm going to go with my gut on here, and I'm going to go with the Bengals. I don't see why I shouldn't, right?
Yeah.
Dolphins are 18-7 all time against the Bengals. Damn, Robert Smith's spitting facts. All right, let's go to the next one. The Minnesota Vikings are heading to New Orleans to take on the Saints, and it's an 8:30 a.m. game, so I'm thinking this game has to be in London. It has to be.
Yeah, it's in London.
Oh, shit. So really there is no home field advantage, even though the Saints can say, well, our logo's on the turf. I'm like, yeah, but the location isn't. So it's really a neutral game to me. It's the Saints, I guess, are awarded the home game. Who do you got?
If it was at night, I would go ahead and pick the Saints. But since it's during the day and Kirk Cousins is a different monster during the day, I'm gonna pick Minnesota.
Who do you got?
Minnesota?
Oh, you got Minnesota? Okay.
Yeah.
I guess I'm gonna go with Minnesota at home. Fuck it. I mean, on the road. Fuck it. Even though technically they are the home team, but
yeah. I mean, you know, they're in London, so there is no home team. It's just designated.
All right. Here goes the next one. You got Cleveland at Atlanta. Atlanta came off an impressive win in Seattle, and the Browns came off a good win for that one too. That's a good one. Browns at Falcons. What do you think about that game?
Browns at Falcons.
Yeah. That's a tough one, man. It could go either way. They're like evenly matched, and that's what makes it so nerve-wracking.
That seems like a trap game to me too. You know, because you're talking about Miami at Cincinnati feels like a trap game, and you know I've felt like Miami's been on in trap games this whole season. Pretty much every game has been kind of a trap game. This
Yeah.
one feels like another one of those trap games where, Cleveland is coming in and they look like the obvious choice. On paper, Cleveland should win, but Atlanta's been kind of pesky. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and take Atlanta at home.
You're going to take the Falcons?
I'm going to take the Falcons and see what this one's going to be.
Okay. I like this matchup personally. I think this is a game that, and Marcus Mariota shows kind of shades of gray of remember when everyone wrote off Tannehill, then he went to Tennessee and kind of like resurged his career. I feel like that's kind of Marcus Mariota's position right now. A lot of these games he's losing, like against the Rams, and I think the first week against the Saints, they were very winnable games. It came down to the last drive, and I kind of like the Atlanta Falcons in this matchup. I'm going to be honest with you. So go ahead and give me Atlanta to beat Cleveland. And Cleveland's on the road. I mean, they got Jacoby Brissett. They got a good defense, got a good run game. But the only difference is they're playing in Atlanta. Their fans are going to be rooting and everything. So I think the crowd will get behind them. I think they'll get the win.
Yeah. And who's their running back?
For what? The Browns?
For the Atlanta. I know who the Browns running back is.
Oh, I have no clue. Does anybody know who the running back is for the Falcons?
I was wondering how they're doing running the ball. But, yeah, it feels like a trap game if I've seen a trap game.
Marcus Mariota's got a dart. Yeah, he's got Rick, he's got a little pep in his step. That guy has resurged his career. I've written him off. I said Atlanta should never trade Matt Ryan. Shit, it looks like Marcus Mariota's the real deal there. Could be. All right, so let's go ahead. Oh, you got the Falcons? All right, Donovan's picks down too. Why not? He's already on here. All right, so let's go ahead and go to the next one. You got the Buffalo Bills at the Ravens. This possibly could be game of the week. Both teams are 2-1. Bills coming off an impressive loss to Miami, probably a game of the year. And the Ravens just came off an impressive win against the Patriots. And they put Mac Jones into injury reserve. All right, Polston, Bills at Ravens. What do you think? Who do you got?
And see, both the teams lost to the same team. They both lost to the Dolphins.
Yeah.
The Ravens, however, they were in a commanding lead on against the Dolphins. I think that they had the better running game. I think that their defense is a little bit better. So go ahead and give me the Ravens in this one.
All right. All right, I'm going to go at, Buffalo at Baltimore. Baltimore is at home. The Bills are pretty damn good. Cordell Patterson is the running back for the Falcons, Donovan said.
Okay, I don't know how he's doing.
Yeah, wow. Didn't he used to play for the Vikings? I don't remember, but I think he did. Ravens, Bills. Damn, that's a good game. And the Ravens are at home. I'm going to go ahead and go with Baltimore, I guess, because they're at home. Donovan, who you got for that game? Ravens-Bills, by the way. That's going to be a good game, bro. Game of the week, my opinion. All right. Well, Polston, you want to take this away? The Commanders head to your Dallas to take on your Cowboys, and Cooper Rush is 3-0.
This feels like another. Are they at Washington?
Nope, and Dallas.
Okay. So this one's going to be a hard one.
I got your pick, Donovan. Bills, okay.
Cooper
Rush is undefeated. He hasn't lost yet. He's undefeated. He's the GOAT right now.
And this is feels like a trap game to me too. You know what I'm saying? First off, it's Washington. I do think that it's Dak's job anyways. Man, it'd be hard to go against Dak. And it's like one of those things where you're just waiting for reality to strike. Washington's defense, it's pretty legitimate. Carson Wentz is a proven product. I think that, I looked at New York, everybody's like, oh, Carson Wentz is the real deal. He's 3-0. One of the things that aids Carson Wentz is that they run the ball. I'm not taking any chances. I had them beating Tampa Bay. I think that Washington, to a degree, while Carson Wentz isn't on Tom Brady's level by no means. Washington is kind of does the same thing as Tampa Bay does. I'm going to go ahead and go with Washington on this one.
Wow. You're going to go with Washington on the road. I'm going to go with Dallas. I like Cooper Rush. He's undefeated. And, they should start giving him the Goldberg chant. When he comes out when Goldberg was undefeated.
Yeah.
They should let him come out with Goldberg and call him a Gold Rush.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. Oh, there you go.
Rush. Oh, I just gave y'all Cowboys a mime. Gold instead of like gold dust. You go Gold Rush.
Gold. It was Goldberg, but I get what you're saying.
Said he better not come dressed out as Gold Dust. I'm like, I hope not.
Yeah, Goldberg was the one that was undefeated. They go Goldberg.
Yeah, they can chant Gold Rush, and Gold Rush can come out.
I have to wait and see how he does against Chase Young and that defense in Washington. So,
if he goes 4-0, then he deserves to call him Gold Rush.
I have to see, because it's hard to win the NFC East. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, like I said, he beat Cincinnati, but we see where Cincinnati is right now.
He beat the Vikings.
Yeah, because anybody. It's how many times has Joe Burrow's been sacked? So I mean, it's not. I mean, it's been the defense that's been able to keep them into games. Then they beat the Giants, which are a mad team. They look fairly strong this year, but they're the Giants. So I mean, even though that you got to win, when's the last time the Giants have beaten us? So. I mean, it's like one of those things to where it's like you have their number. I think that Washington, they won the first game of the season, didn't they? Or they beat the Detroit Lions, but I think that they're struggling to have an identity. It's just, especially like Philadelphia and the Giants. I mean, the Philadelphia and Washington, those are hard teams to beat. Even whenever they suck, they have our number. So that's like you look at it on paper. And, I hope you're right and they end up winning, but they could totally beat us at home. And I don't know. It's like I said, the past couple of weeks, that's the way it's been. So.
All right. We got the next game. We got Seattle at Detroit. Both are 1-2. And this is a game that could go either way. I had Seattle beating Atlanta last week, but that obviously didn't happen. But they go on the road at Detroit. Detroit blew a big lead to the Vikings last week. They had a 14-point lead, then a 10-point lead, and blew both. And that's unfortunate. But Detroit is at home. They're coming home to Seattle. Oof. One of them's going 2-2. Polston, take it away. Who you got and why?
I'll go ahead and go with Detroit. Both teams have been, they've been in positions where they could have easily won. But, you look at you look at Seattle, they have really no identity. At least we understand that the pieces are starting to fall in place for Detroit. So I'll go ahead and go with Detroit in this one. They, like I said, technically they could be 2-1 right now. So
yeah, I got Detroit also to win at home. I'm going to go ahead and go with the Lions. I think they're going to recoup, be at home. Cheer gloves. Still got something to prove, and I just think the Lions at home will win in front of their fans. All right. We got the Chargers at the Texans. Texans are one of two only winless teams at 0-2-1. They're taking on the 1-2 Chargers, who were embarrassed by the Jaguars last week. Wow. Take it away, Polston. Who you got? Chargers at Texans, and why?
I think that the Chargers that were embarrassed by the Jaguars are going to come out and they're going to be pissed. And, God rest Davis Mills' souls whenever he, has to run into pissed off Bosa and, Khalil Mack on that defense, because they're going to come out. They were embarrassed. Everybody was like, because everybody had them in the Super Bowl, and to lose to the Jaguars, I mean, you might as well have lost to Appalachian State like A&M did.
Vax.
So, I'm going to go ahead and go with the Chargers in this one, the Superchargers, to go ahead and beat the Houston Texans pretty convincingly.
I got I got it as well. The reason why I picked the Chargers in this game, because I think that we beat them last year in what was a trap game. They didn't expect us to come out like firing on all cylinders, and once and like I think that they're going to catch on to that on this go around, and they're going to play us a lot differently. I think now they're going to be more hungry for a win, and I think they're going to beat us. So I'm going to go with the Chargers. Okay, Donovan goes with the Chargers, and he picked the Lions. Okay, I got those. All right, let's go ahead and go to the next one. You got the Tennessee Titans 1-2 at the Colts 1-1. Colts came off an impressive win against the Chiefs. The Titans come off an impressive win against the Raiders. Polson, take it away. Who you got?
I'm going to go ahead and go with the Colts on this one. Not a very attractive game at all. Both of them are one pretty much, have one win to their name. The AFC South looked pretty strong against the AFC West opponents this week. However, the one thing about Indianapolis is that they've been able to run the ball a little bit more effectively than the Tennessee has. And running the ball is Tennessee's bread and butter. And while Derrick Henry did look pretty decent the last game, I think that his numbers kind of went up. Jonathan Taylor has kind of been on another level. I think that the quarterbacks are what the quarterbacks are right now. Tannehill is going to do Tannehill stuff. Matt Ryan's going to do Matt Ryan stuff. So it's like, which one do you? And so I'm going to have to go with Matt Ryan on this one. I'll go ahead and pick the Indianapolis Colts.
Okay. All right. I'm going to go ahead and go out on a limb here. I'm going to go ahead and go with the Titans to win on the road. I know the Colts defense, and then they played a really good game against Kansas City. Kansas City, they say they beat themselves. I kind of believe that after watching the highlights. I think the Titans, after this win at home, they're going to play hungry. They're going to go to Indianapolis. It's, again, a division game. This game could go either way. I'm going to go ahead and go with Tennessee to win on the road. So go ahead and give me the Titans Tards to win and go to 2-2. So, Kev, you're watching. Got your team. Pull it for them. All right, now we got Bears at the Giants. Giants came off a Monday Night Football loss to your Cowboys. The Bears come off a win against Houston. Both at 2-1. This is a big game for both teams to start the season off 3-1. Polson, who do you got and why?
You know what? I'll go ahead and go with the Giants in this one. I think that if the Giants are going to get back on track, they're going to end up, running the ball a little bit more effectively.
Okay.
The Bears don't really have an identity. They have Justin Fields, but Justin Fields is – who else does he have? He has Mooney and stuff, but, it's too one-dimensional. I mean, it's too easy, and I think that the Giants will ultimately get it together. I think that they, come out and increase their records. It's been a while since the Giants have been competitive in the division, so I'm going to say that, they're going to keep up with the Joneses right now and try to pace the Cowboys and the Eagles. So go ahead and give me the Giants.
Okay, Donovan's got the Giants as well. I'm going to go ahead and go with the Bears. The Bears looked impressive. The Giants are the Giants for a reason. I think that now this is where you're going to see where they're collapsing. I think the Bears could come in and win. Hey, Kev, what's up? Kev?
What's up?
Oh, what's going on, man?
Not much. How you guys doing?
Doing all right, man. We already started the picks, man, but I'll start y'all from the top, and then we'll play catch up. Why not? Let's make conversation out of this. All right, so we'll start all over for Kev, and then we'll leave where me and Polston left off on the Bears in Chicago. All right, Kev, since you're on here, who do you got? Dolphins at Bengals for Thursday.
Miami looked very impressive against Buffalo. The Bengals finally got a win. It's in Cincinnati. You usually want to go for the home team, but I am going to go with these pesky Miami Dolphins.
At home?
I'm going to go with the Dolphins. Yep.
All right, cool. Vikings at the Saints. That game's in London.
Oh, geez. God save the Queen. Um, I'm going to go with the Minnesota Vikings on this one.
Yeah, if it was a night game, I would have done the same thing. I would have went for the Saints, but I'm like Kev. It's a day game, so you got to go with the Vikings.
Yeah. All right. Browns at Falcons. Who do you want?
I'm going to go with the Cleveland Browns, even though the Atlanta Falcons have been playing pretty good. I mean, like, even though their record is not where it's at, but they have been playing really tough. But I'm going to go with the Cleveland Browns on this one. I think the Browns got a better defense and a better running game than Atlanta does.
All right. Buffalo at Baltimore.
Ooh. This one's a tough one to decide because Baltimore's good. Buffalo is good. Buffalo's coming off that loss in Miami against Miami, and I think Buffalo's out for blood. I am actually thinking Buffalo's going to come in here and beat Baltimore in front of their home crowd. So,
all right. That's what's up, man. Next one is going to be Washington Commanders of the Dallas Cowboys.
well, after seeing Carson Wentz get sacked 9 times by the Philadelphia Eagles defense, and we got the new Tom Brady 2.0 there in Dallas, I'm going to have to go with the Cowboys on this one. I think Cowboys defense can actually get to Carson Wentz. So
that's who I picked.
Carson Wentz was sacked 9 times against the Eagles.
Yep, he was sacked 9 times against the Philadelphia Eagles. Yep.
Holy crap.
Yep.
Well, I'm sticking with my pick, but yeah, now that he's mentioned that, I'm like, okay. That sounds like Joe Burrow, though.
All right. Seahawks at the Lions.
What's the record for both the Lions and the Seahawks?
Both 1-2. Someone's going 2-2.
I do like how Detroit is building their teams, though. I mean, I think they're doing. Eventually, and I'm going to mark this right here. I do think eventually the Lions will be a playoff team.
Nice.
Yeah, but I'm going to have to go with the road team here. I'm kind of being like a roadie right now, so I'm going to go with Seattle.
All right. Next one is let's see. Chargers at Texans.
Well, it all depends on if Justin Herbert's playing because Herbert didn't play last week.
Oh shit.
So if Herbert's playing, then Chargers easily got to win. But the Texans have been playing people really tough, and
yeah,
like I said though, I've seen a lot of impressive things about Houston, and it's in Houston, and Houston's a hard place to play because that crowd can get ruckus. But I'm actually going to go with the Chargers on this one.
Hey, Herbert didn't play last week. Then who was the starting quarterback against the Jaguars?
I have no idea who their starting quarterback was.
I think it's Chase Daniels or something like that. No,
I have to. What's up?
I forgot who their backup is.
I have to go back and look now. I didn't know. He wasn't playing.
All right, Kev, I know this one's going to be a big one for you. I'm going to let you talk about this game a little bit. It's your Titans are heading to the Colts. Colts coming off an impressive win against the Chiefs. You end your losing streak against the Raiders. Big win for both of you guys.
Well, I think what the Titans did was they finally got Derrick Henry going. They had to get his legs moving. I mean, even though he only got 85 yards rushing, he caught the ball for 60-something yards. So they were getting him involved in other different ways of the football game, which is what you need to do with a star like Derrick Henry.
Okay.
I do think the Titans like I said, the Titans offense looked really good in the first half. The second half, they kind of which has kind of been their MO for a while. It's either the first half they look good or the second half they look good. They need to find a complete and total game where they can actually control everything. The Colts impressed me by beating the Chiefs. This is in Indianapolis. Titans did win there last year. This was the place where Derrick Henry broke his foot.
Oh, shit.
I actually think that we can – Matt Ryan – now, the only thing I will say is this. The Titans' corners are very young, and the Raiders' Derek Carr exploited that big time. So Matt Ryan, we have to get to Matt Ryan, but I'm actually going to go on a limb and say that we are going to go into Indianapolis and we're going to beat the Colts.
2-2 on that game. I also went for Tennessee. Polston and Donovan went for the Colts. All right, and last but not least, the last game before you catch up to us is going to be Giants and Bears. Who do you got? It's in New York.
Well, the Giants did get that loss with the Cowboys.
Yeah, they're both 2-1. The Bears and the Giants. Yeah.
I am going to go with the road team. I'm going to go with the Bears.
Nice. All right, let's go ahead and go to the next game. Now we're all caught up now. Officially caught up. All right, so the next game is going to be Jacksonville at Philly. Jaguars 2-1, Eagles 3-0. Polson, take it away. Who do you got?
I'm going to go ahead and now that we know the rest of the story regarding the Chargers, I'm going to go ahead and go with the Philadelphia Eagles. No way that Trevor Lawrence Sunshine is going to come in and beat the Philadelphia Eagles. Their defense is pretty legit. The NFC East as a whole is pretty stout. It's one of the more harder places to get a win. So I think that Jacksonville got their win against a team that they probably shouldn't have beat. And I think this week is going to be the week where Philadelphia comes out and they, add a little bit to their luster right now. I think that they're ranked number 1. So go ahead and give me the Philadelphia Eagles to probably decimate the Jacksonville Jaguars. It's going to come in with fake confidence.
Damn. So, Kev, who do you got?
Well, the Jags have got the former Eagles coach, Doug Peterson, who's a former Super Bowl winning coach, which could be a really good revenge game for him. I know I've been picking the road teams here, but there's no way they're going to go to Philadelphia and get that win with that Eagles defense. And Justin Hurts is playing really good football. A.J. Brown has been a really good pickup for them. And so I'm going to go with the Eagles.
All right. I'm going Philly as well. So is Donovan. Not really much more I can add to that. All right. We got the New York Jets heading to Pittsburgh. Both teams are 1-2. Trubisky versus Fluco. Kev, what you got?
It's in Pittsburgh. I still think Pittsburgh's got a better all-around team than the Jets do. And I don't know. I mean, I know a lot of Pittsburgh fans I've talked to really want Kenny Pickett to come in and start instead of Mitch Trubisky. And I think we will see that eventually during the season. But right now, I think Pittsburgh is going to win this game. So I'm going to have the Steelers.
All right, Polson, who do you got? Jets at Steelers, both 1-2. Winner goes 2-2.
Man, it's really hard to pick against Super Bowl Mitch Trubisky, but he's kind of done pretty well for himself in Pittsburgh. And Najee Harris and whatnot. But let's see, the Jets have Joe Flacco coming in. He's been kind of doing Joe Flacco things. The Jets have, it's like one of those games where when is it going to click for the Jets? Kind of like Detroit. They're like, the New York Jets are like Detroit of the AFC. And it's like, year after year after year, you've gotten these picks and you've built this team up. When is it going to click? I don't think it's going to click in Pittsburgh. So I'm going to have to go with Pittsburgh on this one.
All right. And I'm also going to go with Pittsburgh as well. I just think because they're at home. All right, next one is Arizona Cardinals heading down to Carolina to take on the Panthers. That's going to be a good matchup. That's going to be a good game. I'm going to go first. I guess I'm going to go with Carolina to win this game at home just because of the home team. Play it safe. Polson, take it away. Who do you got?
I'm going to have to go with Arizona.
Really?
Yeah, I'll go with Arizona to go ahead and beat up Carolina. There isn't any, I don't see, anything right now on Carolina that says, hey, this team is going to start to win anytime soon. So I'm going to go ahead and go with Arizona on this one.
Okay. Ravens Red Zone says Flacco isn't playing. Okay, so it's going to be what? Wilson? I guess so. But either way, I still got Steelers. I still got the Steelers will win that game either way. All right, Kev, what do you got? Cardinals at Panthers.
Because Baker Mayfield's in a lose-lose situation because they really put him on a really bad team, and he's not really fitting in right now with Carolina's system. I think Arizona's got a better defense. They still got J.J. Watt playing for them.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
And I know how J.J. Watt used to torture us, so I will pretty much say that I think Arizona's got a better team, so I'm going to go with Arizona as well.
All right, I got the Panthers, and so does Donovan. All right, let's go to the next one. You got the New England Patriots head to Green Bay to take on the Pack Attack against Brian Hoyer. Polston, you have called up Brian Hoyer to suit up for this game.
Yeah, and
heading down to take on Aaron Rodgers. You want
to
talk about it?
Yeah, this is going to be one of those games where it's not even going to this one's not even going to be close. Brian Hoyer is a serviceable quarterback, but like I said, Mac Jones hasn't really even looked like Mac Jones, and that this New England Patriots haven't been playing like a Bill Belichick team at all. Even whenever you thought the Patriots weren't going to do anything, they still look like they were in games. To me, they haven't looked like they were in games all season. And now you're going to play Green Bay. That's a perennial ass kicker. I'm going to have to go with the Packers on this one.
All right. I got Green Bay as well. Kev, who do you got?
Well, seeing Aaron Rodgers, I don't know if any of y'all watched the Pat McAfee show, but he looks like a guy I would want to, like Poston was saying, he looks like a guy you want to have a beer with. And I would hate to say this though, the Patriots not having Brian Hoyer come in to the Lambeau Field and Green Bay's defense getting the pressures that they've been getting, it's going to be a long day for Belichick and the Patriots. I'm going to go with Green Bay.
Man, imagine how funny that would be if Brian Hoyer threw for 6 touchdowns and won.
I would turn the TV off then. I was like, fuck.
They won the game, and then he'd go around. He'd be like the GOAT.
I would turn the TV off at that point.
And instead of them saying that he's the next, Joe Montana, they say, "Hey, look, Brian Hoyer looks like the next Cooper Rush."
Or the NFL will come out and they'll be like, "This is the team we're rigging the win," and they point at Hoyer, and he's like,
"Yeah, he's holding the Super Bowl championship."
Brian Hoyer becomes the new Daniel Bryan of the NFL.
Yeah.
I think we all got Packers. I don't think anybody's arguing that. All right, we got Denver at Oakland, or Vegas, I'm sorry. Traveling to the Death Star to take on the Raiders. The Broncos are 2-1, and Russell Wilson are headed down to Oakland to take on Derek Carr and Adams. Oh, shit. Kev, take it away. Who you got?
Well, Josh McDaniels being their head coach, you could always tell that when an offensive coordinator thinks they're very, very good and they try to be a head coach, it usually doesn't turn out very well. And I think the Josh McDaniel experience here in the Raiders is not turning out very well. And I think Devontae Adams is probably wondering what the hell he did by going to the Raiders over signing with Green Bay. Big mistake on his part. I don't really think Derek Carr is the elite quarterback that everybody's trying to claim. And I know how everybody was picking the Raiders this year. Denver, though, Russell Wilson's not picking up like he's supposed to. The reason why Denver is 2-1 is because of that defense. And because of that defense, I think that they can and will beat the Las Vegas Raiders. So I'm going with Denver.
All right, Kev, who do you got?
Denver.
Bolston, who do you got?
Yeah, I agree with Kev that defense is kind of really what's kind of kept Denver into games. You look at the Oakland Raiders, and I said it at the beginning of the season, they're kind of overrated. They're, their defense isn't what it used to be. I mean, when they had, that defense was firing on all cylinders, and that offense was more, consistent. They were picking up wins last year, but it was here or there. They're not a consistent team. Derek Carr, he's a serviceable quarterback. You're waiting for the rest of the team to catch up, but it's so dysfunctional in that organization that it's like, you feel a little, scared by picking them in anything. So you're just waiting for Russell Wilson to do Russell Wilson stuff because we know that Russell Wilson is a capable quarterback. But when is Russell Wilson going to start, fitting in and cajoling with the team? I'll go ahead and say maybe this is his come out game, and I think maybe he does do pretty good. So go ahead and give me Denver in this one as well.
All right, 4-0 Raiders. I mean, the Broncos, I meant. All right, next one is Sunday Night Football. Kansas City Chiefs are heading down to Tampa Bay to take on the Bucs. So it's going to be Mahomes versus Brady. Ooh, this is going to be a good one. All right, Prodigal, take it away. Who you got?
Go and give me Mahomes. He lost a close one to the Indianapolis Colts. I think that he's, going to go ahead and, feel like he should have won that game. This is Tom Brady's coup de grace, but I think that this is going to be personal to him since he was embarrassed by Brady in the Super Bowl. So I'll go ahead and take the Kansas City Chiefs to go to Tampa Bay and pick up a win so they can kind of get back up on that level of being the Super Bowl favorite again.
All right. Kev, who do you got? Chiefs at Bucs.
Normally I would go with the Bucs, but because they're dealing with that Hurricane Ian right now, and they're kind of got some injuries going on at the receiver corps, and you saw that against the game against Green Bay when Tom didn't have his bread and butter with him. Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs got shocked by the Colts. I don't think they're going to go to Tampa and get shocked this time around. And I think Patrick Mahomes will pick up this win against Tampa.
Well, I'm going to have to agree with Donovan on here. I'm going to go with the Bucs. I think that, the Bucs still got a pretty good defense. If Tom Brady can run that no huddle like he did when he scored that last touchdown against the Packers and he can put points up early, I'm not saying that they're going to blow the Chiefs out, but I would be expecting the Bucs to barely escape this in a narrow, margin at home. So I'm gonna go ahead and go on a route. I'm gonna go Tampa Bay on that one. Oh, I see Philly Wolves here. He picked the Dolphins. All right. Yeah, I know he's only really see him on here now because he had deleted his Facebook, which he should bring it back, by the way. All right, Monday Night Football, last game of the week. The Rams are 2-1. They travel down to San Francisco to take on the Niners. The Niners won a pretty good defensive battle against the Broncos. I mean, scoring 11-10, and the Rams came off a win in Arizona. They now go to 2-1. They're still the defending champions. Go ahead, Kev, take it away. Rams and Niners.
The 49ers are, they did play a little bit better with Jimmy G than they did with Lance. But this is a defending Super Bowl champions. The Rams is a division game. They know each other very well. I think the Rams are pretty much a better team all around. So I'm going to actually have to go with the Rams on this one.
All right, Polson, who you got?
Where are they playing at?
San Francisco.
So, San Francisco is one of those pesky teams. Of course, I think that Trey Lance being a rookie has kind of played them out of the first couple of games. They should have gave him another year and been starting Jimmy G this year and then waited another year. But, that was just me. I think that it's in San Francisco. Like Kev said, this is a, division game. These teams tend to play each other really, really tough. I'm going to go ahead and go with San Francisco in San Francisco. So you're the tiebreaker.
What?
I said you're the tiebreaker. All right, he's got
the Rams and the Niners. This is going to be a very good game. I mean, it can go either way. Battle of California. I mean, the Niners looked impressive last week. The Rams looked very impressive. This is a road game for for the Rams, but they're still at home. Oh, God. I mean, when I get confused, I just always go with the home team. I'm going to go with San Francisco to win. I think they'll rebound, and I think Jimmy G will have a good game, and it'll be a close game, but I expect to see the 49ers win, maybe by a field goal like 27-24. So I'm going to pick the Niners.
When you got a big beast like Aaron Donald over there playing defense for the Rams, it's kind of hard to beat that.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's a good game,
Yeah, it's going to be a good one. Definitely.
So what is y'all's game of the week, Rick says? Mine's, I think it's going to be that Buffalo and Baltimore game.
I say either the Buffalo-Baltimore game or the Kansas City-Tampa game could be the game of the week.
What about you, Frankel? What's the game you're looking forward to?
I don't know. Let's see. The interesting game is going to be Miami and I think the Bengals, because that's really going to decide that division, to be honest with you. And so that's one of those games that's, like you said, could be a trap game. It's going to be a must-watch game. And then you probably have to look. I would probably have to sit there and say Baltimore and Bills, but I do think that Baltimore will end up beating the Bills. So, because they're at home, right?
Yeah.
The Ravens. Yeah. So I think that the Baltimore will end up beating the Bills.
Oh, here goes a question from Veronica. She said, "Who's right now? If you had to pick your top team in the AFC, top team in the NFC that represents the Super Bowl in this, like after 3 weeks, who would you pick? Like, who's your best AFC team right now? If you could say this is the best AFC team, the best NFC team, who wants to go first?
In the NFL right now?
Yeah, just right now.
If it was week 3 and next week was going to be in the Super Bowl?
Yeah. Like, who are your best 2 teams right now? AFC and NFC. Or she said best 2 teams. Oh, best 2 teams in each conference? Oh, that's even better. So you're saying pick your AFC championship right now, NFC championship. Whoa.
Oh,
okay.
Okay.
I like that.
Right now?
Yeah, if you had to pick right now. AFC, NFC championship after 3 weeks with the sample size. Who you pick? Oh, well, I'm going to have to think about that one. Are the Dolphins the best team? I mean, they technically beat the best team. There's odds on favor where Bills were supposed to win the Super Bowl. Did you know Bills did not have a third down in the first 3 weeks until they went on in the third quarter against the Dolphins? They didn't have 1 third down.
I'm gonna say it's either gonna be Buffalo and Kansas City or Buffalo and Baltimore in the AFC Championship.
Oh. What about your NFC representative?
I see Green Bay as one, and I see the Philadelphia Eagles right now as the other.
Yeah. Now, like for me, I picked Green Bay. So that's, understand that I'm still sticking with my pick from Green Bay. And on Kev's channel, I pick Cleveland. On my channel, I pick the Chargers.
Yep.
But as far as like of week 3, what we see right now, right? If it was week 3, I'll go with the AFC. I'm going to go with Buffalo Bills.
Okay.
Still, even though they lost to Miami. And the Kansas City Chiefs. You know what? Change it. I'll go with the Miami Dolphins from what I see right now. Kansas City Chiefs in the AFC.
Ooh.
And in the NFC, I got to go with definitely Philadelphia in the AFC. And probably the Packers by default. You know what I'm saying? Because the AFC is so competitive, but there's no real I mean, who would you pick next after the Packers? The Cowboys? They're a little suspect, especially with Cooper Rush right now.
Oh, Cooper goes 4-0. They may have a chance.
But then you have the the Rams, who are the defending Super Bowl champions. And
he could pick the Bucks. He could pick the Bucks in that.
Yeah, the Bucks, but nothing against Tom Brady or anything, but they've been kind of struggling as well.
Yeah.
They were in games that they should have easily lost, and so the most stable team. You can't say Minnesota because Kirk Cousins can't play at night, even though the very capable team, but there just really isn't a lot of that depth in the NFC side. So I'll go with the Packers and the Eagles, I guess. Yeah.
Okay.
To be honest with you, there's really, if you look at the NFC, like he was saying, the AFC right now is more powerful, and that's pretty much been evident this season already.
All right, for my picks, I'm going to go with Buffalo at Miami for the AFC Championship game. Oh, both teams in the same division, which can happen. I'm going to go Buffalo at Miami. It's going to be a showdown. And then for the NFC, it's tough because you got Packers, you got Bucks, right? They're still on top. Rams. That's a tough one, but you know what? I'm going to go with I'm going to go with Tampa Bay at home against Green Bay. Like, I think the Packers and the Bucks will meet again in the NFC Championship game. I just have a crazy hunch. Okay, now pick the team. If you were to pick a team that you think has the best chance to win the Super Bowl right now, who would you guys pick? I'm gonna say the Bucks because I'm still gonna go with Tom Brady. I think he's angry and I think he wants to win another one. I just have a crazy hunch that may happen. I may give it to the Bucks on this one. What about you guys?
Right now, I had to think about this for a second.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see.
That's a tough one. You're right now to say the best team in the NFL right now.
Man, because
that's tough, huh?
Yeah, well, I'm saying because I had Philadelphia and
Miami.
No, I had Philadelphia, the Chiefs, or no, I can't. The Chiefs and Miami, and then the Eagles. So, because I think that I have a sneaking suspicion that a Baltimore right now with that defense and that game, if they can, but see, that's the deal is can they keep Lamar Jackson on the field? Can they keep everybody playing? Could be one of those teams that could easily, win a Super Bowl right now. But, screw it. I'll just go ahead and go with Miami.
All right. I picked the Bucks. What about you, Kev?
Honestly, right now, I know a lot of people are looking at the Eagles because they're undefeated and everything, but the Eagles are also not, even though they went to the playoffs last year, these other teams have got a little bit more experience in the playoffs than they do. I actually think this is going to be one of the years where they keep talking about Aaron Rodgers so much, and I think Aaron Rodgers will go to the Super Bowl. And as far as the AFC representative goes, I'm still thinking to this very day, even though Miami did beat Buffalo, I'm still saying Buffalo is going to go there to face the Packers. I don't really go by records. I go by what I see on the field.
So wait, you say what team you say again?
Buffalo and Green Bay in the Super Bowl.
Oh, shit. And who do you got for your winner?
The Packers.
Oh, shit. Man, we've been through 4 weeks. What do you guys think about college football right now? Your Tennessee is doing pretty good, Kev.
Yeah, I was happy they finally got the monkey off their back beating Florida. And we're starting to get some really good recruits coming in, and I'm actually pretty happy about that. And we still got Georgia and Alabama in the schedule, so we'll see where we're at in that part when we face.
Who do y'all got this week?
I have to look. Let me see here. It was funny to see Oklahoma lose, though. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got a hitch out of it. But do you think they'll beat us, Polston in next week? I mean, after the West Virginia game?
Yeah, I think that Quinn Ewers comes back. We'll have to see what Quinn Ewers does against West Virginia. But,
Is he coming back this week?
Yeah, he's supposed to come back. He'll be back before the Oklahoma game. I'm hoping he's back for the West Virginia because that's what I kept hearing.
Yeah, you know who's playing for West Virginia, right? Their quarterback's JT Daniels.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah.
It's a.
He's playing for USC. You remember him?
Maybe Bobby Hoyer will come in and start for them to help them get a win over us.
What if Longhorns come in and all of a sudden you're like, and started freshman Brian Hoyer
or Baker Mayfield? Yeah.
By the way, Stephen, we got after Florida, we got to go to LSU, then we got Alabama.
Really?
Yeah.
So I think y'all could beat LSU, and then Alabama's going to be your real test. Now we should have beat Alabama. We should be, and to be honest with you, we probably should have beat Tech as well. But
hey, they said that Chiefs and Bucks game maybe moved to Minnesota because of Hurricane Ian.
That could be true. I mean, I'm looking at the Vol schedule. After Alabama, we got UT Martin in Kentucky, which should be wins, and then we got at Georgia, and then we face Missouri, out at South Carolina, and then at Vanderbilt. So, besides maybe Florida and Alabama and Georgia, we really don't have that hard of a schedule now.
If y'all can pick up that win against Alabama, then y'all could be positioning yourself to go in strong against. It's going to be hard to beat Georgia because of that defense.
Yeah.
But if y'all could pick up that win against Alabama, then that could help y'all set y'all up in pretty good position to, maybe later on down the line get into one of the bigger bowls. And like I said, it could be done because we played Alabama pretty tough, and Alabama shouldn't have beat us. Like I said, the best player on that team was the referees ignoring a lot of the penalties that Alabama was getting away with. Well, Alabama had a lot of calls against them. Okay, they had a lot of calls against them. But what about half the calls they got away with? You know what I'm saying? So,
I have noticed that in football, and I noticed that in college football. I noticed that when I watch my old high school team play, and then I watch the NFL. If everybody pays attention to the referees in the game, whenever you see your team getting some kind of momentum going, the referees cut it at the knees with a flag.
Yeah.
Dude, I saw a game where the referee, remember that last year where he intercepted the pass? Like,
yeah,
trying to catch it, the ref runs right in front of it and catches it.
You were telling me about that
football game, yeah.
Which one was it? Which football game was it?
It was a Division II, Division III. The ref basically runs in front of the receivers out, and the referee just cuts under him and just runs inverted into him so he couldn't catch the pass. I was like, man, that's a 12th man right there,
And then the referee runs it back for a touchdown.
Yeah, and then the coach throwing his head saying, "What are you doing?"
I will say in the Raider game toward the end, Derek Carr was trying to get calls against us because he kept saying we were hitting him in the head, which we did get away with twice, hitting him after he threw the ball and stuff like that. But I was laughing because I was like, Derek Carr, you're no Tom Brady. You're not going to get that call.
No.
He was asking for you. Y'all hit him late hit or what?
Yeah, it was kind of like one of them was like a late hit and the other one was in the face. And Derek Carr kept trying to tell the referee, yeah. I'm like, dude, you're not Aaron Rodgers and you're not and you're definitely not Tom Brady, so you're not going to get that call.
Yeah, you know what? Derek Carr should go to LeBron's School of Flopping, and then he would get the call. Just go to LeBron's School of Flopping, and then LeBron will teach you how to get bad calls.
Rick said, I'm waiting for the referee to kick one of these guys in the balls one day. Oh, yeah. Like Derek Carr will be like, where's that fucking flag I got a call for? And the ref just hits him right in the fucking balls like a low blow.
Yeah.
If a referee
on the ground.
when I was playing football back in the day, if a referee would have caught one of my passes and did that, I would have made sure where he was at, and I would have pulled an Adam Sandler and right in the balls with it.
And then the ref have the nerve to like stiff arm you, and then he's like running back to the end zone, and he's like touchdown for whatever team that was.
What would you do if like Derrick Henry was fixing to go ahead? He's playing the Jaguars. He's he's got a 99-yard run, and one of the referees chases him down, but he can't catch it because it's Derrick Henry. So he takes out a flag and hits him in the ankle with it and causes a fumble or something.
Oh my God! I think everybody would erupt.
Dude, I think the worst referee job I've ever seen was I don't think anything beats the Patriots at Panthers Monday Night Football in 2013 when Luke Kuechly was holding and the referee threw the fucking flag. Remember that game? It was against Patriots. Tom Brady was going to Gronk, and the ref throws it, and it looked like they were going to call a hold, which would have gave him an untimed down and like spot half the ball or around the 3 or whatever. And then the referee, they're all talking. And then the other ref puts the flag in his pocket. And then the ref goes, that's the end of the game. The game was over. and Brady was like, you motherfucker. And he started chasing the ref to the back. The referee took off fucking running. And Brady's following him. And Belichick, he's like, what the fuck do you think you're doing?
And they should have did something like the Three Stooges, where they go in backwards and do the curly thing. Woo, woo, woo.
Dude, Brady ran to the back. Like WWE when you have a bad referee and he'll do a fast count and take off running. Like that's what the referees did. They said, he said there's no flag. The game's over. He's like, Patriots losing. He just took off running.
You know what would have been even funnier? If that referee would have looked at Tom Brady and gave him the middle finger, then stun him, and then run.
Yeah, it looked like Shane O'Mac running back to the back like a. Look at him run like a scolded dog.
and man, Brady was chasing his ass too. He's like, "You cheated! You cheated! You cheated!"
Well, to be honest with you, I don't know if y'all. I followed Tom Brady on TikTok, and apparently he came out with a video admitting that snow game in the AFC Championship between the Patriots and the Raiders, he admitted that they got away with it.
Oh, he admitted it?
Yeah, he admitted it.
I mean, they changed the rules, so it's like, was he right in the rule that they changed? Technically, yeah, there was a good ruling. But that rule didn't exist until that game specifically. So, I mean, the Tuck rule didn't exist until that game. So,
now they even made a new rule where if the placeholder is doing a field goal, that you can't move the snow out of the way.
Could you imagine? Hey, Posty, could you imagine if we had replacement referees and Steven was the replacement referee for all the Texan games? You know that motherfucker where you calling shit on people.
Dude, did you hear about that Saints-Rams game? Remember the one that Breeze got screwed in?
Yeah.
And the Rams went to the Super Bowl when they lost to the Patriots. Did you know that referee that missed that pass interference call, that blatant one? He was on the Rams football. He was on the Rams team in the 80s.
Oh, I remember that. I heard about that.
And the ref stood right there, and there was a pass interference. He just stood there and he didn't call anything. And everyone was like looking at me. He's like, I didn't see anything. I swear.
I wasn't even.
The Saints guys were mad. Sean Payton was pissed. He was cursing him out. He's like, you motherfucker, you were right there calling. He's like, oh, the goddamn flag. He's like, I didn't see anything. I told you I didn't see anything. And he was just the Saints got robbed.
He was like, what the hell? Why didn't you call that call? I don't know. I was watching the Patriots game.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie.
I didn't see anything. I swear I told you I didn't see anything. Sean Payton's like, you caught a damn flag. And then the ref just like, unsportsmanlike conduct on you.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie though. I'm not gonna lie, man. Like because of because if we were all replacement referees for our teams, I'm not gonna lie. If someone came here to Nashville and did something stupid, I'd throw the flag on them.
Yeah, you know
Right.
what? I'd be throwing a flag before the play started. I don't know what the hell. New York's on the field, and they got Saquon in the backfield and stuff like that. I'm throwing a flag and hitting him in the ball before the ball begins.
Yeah, you got hit in the balls. You're fired.
Unsportsmanlike screwery or something. I don't know. I'm gonna make up something, but I'm giving you a
Bro,
flag.
that Panthers Patriots game was the best. I think that was the best WWE script fucking game ever. Obviously, the NFL did that back to Brady or whatever. They were paying him back. So, like, they did that on purpose. Like, Roger probably called in and said, that was not a flag. Put the flag in your pocket.
What about the one where? What about the ones where the Patriots were playing the Jaguars and the referees were caught in the celebration? You remember that one?
Yeah, I remember that one. Yep.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
They were. Yes, they were. It was the AFC Championship game between the Jags and the Patriots.
Yeah.
And then while the Patriots are celebrating, the referees were over there celebrating.
Everybody was pissed on that one. I can't believe you never heard of that one because everybody's like, look at the referee celebrating with the Patriots. That's great. Yeah, it was funny.
That happened to us. We were playing Jacksonville back in 2010. The Hail Mary was thrown. The Hail Mary was thrown, and Glover Quinn spiked it. And then, but what happened during that play is there was a holding on the offense during that Hail Mary, and the referee saw it. He didn't see anything. And then our head coach at the time wasn't Capers. It was what was it? It was it was Kubiak. He went over and was telling him about the holding call, and the referee's like, I didn't see anything. I swear I didn't see anything. And then I swear, as soon as the game was over, Jacksonville started, Gerard and them go up to him. They start shaking. They start laughing together. You son of a bitch.
Yeah, they probably.
Cheating son of a bitch.
What's that fucking dog on Dudley Do-Right or something? That one that laughs all funny? That's kind of like what the fucking. That's kind of like what the officials do after they make a nice call.
Rick said, "Did you see the one where the Jets guy tripped the fucking Buffalo Bills guy on the kickoff?" Oh yeah.
No, it wasn't
ran in, he tripped him, stuck his foot out.
It wasn't a Buffalo guy. It was a Miami Dolphin guy.
Yeah, I remember that shit.
Yeah, he just stuck his foot.
Dude, this dude was running the kickoff return back, and the assistant coach fucking stuck his foot out and tripped him. Yeah, that was true. I remember that. He stuck his waist out, like rammed into him. The ref's like, I didn't see anything.
Hell, I think it was in Seattle last year. There was one point where Derrick Henry was running on the sidelines, and then like one of the guys on the Seattle on the Seahawks team on the sidelines trying to pull his dreads.
Wait, pull his dreads.
I forgot what, because he was running down the sidelines. He was breaking free. And then one of the other Seattle guys that's on the sidelines decided to try to pull Derrick Henry's dreadlocks.
Damn.
Yeah. And then the ref threw the flag on Derrick Henry for having dreadlocks in the first place.
Yep.
You did it to yourself, Derrick.
Dude, I swear that Patriot, I don't think nothing beats the Patriots Panthers game. Because that was right after all the scandals started coming out and stuff. So I think the NFL is like, okay, we got to get them back, kind of like even it out. So we're going to screw them out of a couple of games. But as soon as they called the flag, he's like, flag, holding on Kuechly. And all the refs just came up to him and were like, wait a minute, the refs are having a discussion. And then one ref just puts the flag back in his pocket. And they're talking. And then he's like, game is over. Patriots lose. And he just takes off right into the locker room. And Brady runs after him. He's like, you son of a bitch. He's like, cheater. And Belichick's like, what the hell you think you're doing?
I have to agree with Donovan though. The worst ever referee, the worst referee I've seen in any sports is Angel Hernandez. And that if he was in the NFL, good God Almighty,
It'd be more fun.
Oh, geez.
What about that?
Now, did you guys hear? Did this is going around all around after the first Monday Night Football game? But apparently, Troy Aikman was saying something very sexual on there because he sit there and said he's like, I never seen a hole that big. He went right into that hole.
Damn.
What about that female referee? What's up?
Y'all think Tom Brady gets another ring?
I don't know, man.
I have no idea. I think if it's meant to be for Tom Brady to.
Do y'all? Oh no. Here's a question. Do y'all think this is his last year in the NFL?
I do.
So do I.
I do. Because he's already got Giselle pissed at him right now, so he doesn't need that.
No. Yeah. I think it's his last year. I mean, what has he got to prove?
Unless he goes to the Bay Area.
I like what Donovan said here. He said that Troy Aikman's got dementia.
Yeah, I heard they don't like Troy Aikman calling the games. They said he's a Cowboys hater.
Well, now my problem with him and Buck is, and this goes with Chris Collins' work on Sunday Night Football too. They always butt kiss the best team out there. Like you hear Chris Collins go like, well, I had that little talk there with Aaron Rodgers and Green Bay's doing really well, and it's like are you not going to talk about the other team or what?
Facts.
And with Buck and Aikman, anytime if it's a rival of the Cowboys, especially if it's the Eagles or the Packers or the 49ers, he's got nothing nice to say about that other team. Troy Aikman's kind of acting like a Travis Staley.
Is he a homer?
I guess so. He's acting like Dallas is his. If you put a Dallas Cowboy cheerleading outfit on Troy Aikman, yeah.
When do the Titans play Dallas?
Later in December.
Oh, not in Tennessee or in Dallas?
In Tennessee.
Ooh, you should try to go to that game.
I'm already thinking about it.
Y'all gonna face the next Tom Brady, Cooper Rush.
Hey, I'm looking forward to seeing Cooper Rush in person.
Hey, who does Cooper Rush? I mean, who does Dallas have after the Commanders?
The Eagles, I think. I think we played the Eagles after the Commanders.
And that'll be a real good test, though, for Cooper Rush as to face that Eagles defense. That would be a good matchup. See what he can do.
I just got to see if, the officials like Cooper Rush as much as they like Tom Brady. If we see them celebrating in the huddle with Cooper Rush, then we know we got us a quarterback. All right.
I have to tell you, I got to tell you, Poston, in order for them to like him as much as they do Tom Brady, he has to have the Tom Brady money to give the referee some Rolexes and some hookers.
Well, you seen whenever Dallas was in that, they don't like Dak. We know this much because we seen whenever Dallas was in that hurry up offense and Dak was trying to run to the line of scrimmage, one of those fucking referees ended up hitting him, and then they did exactly what they did to the Patriots. Okay, the game is over. That's what they did to the fucking Cowboys in the fucking.
They really did screw y'all in that playoff. They really did screw y'all in that playoff game with the Niners. They really. They really screwed us. They said, "Oh, Dak is fixing to line up. He's about to do what Vince Young did for Texas against USC." And they said, "Nope, we're going to go ahead and trip Dak up before he gets into the line." Okay, end of game. You know what's weird though? You know what's weird about Vince Young is I actually really think Vince Young could have been something for us if they would have kept Steve McNair for another year and had Vince Young learn under him. I really truly believe Vince Young could have been with the Titans for a long time.
Vince Young wanted to.
Yeah,
because Steve McNair was like a father figure to him.
But it was the Titans organization decided to get rid of Steve McNair for cap reasons, and that was the catalyst of why. And then Jeff Fisher, for some reason, didn't get along with Vince Young, and I'm just like, what is your deal, man?
Not to mention it's Jeff Fisher, so Jeff Fisher doesn't get along with football at all.
Oh, we have a saying about Jeff Fisher here. Like if you like the 500, like if you like the 8-8 club, you like the Jeff Fisher club.
Where's Jeff? Whatever happened to Jeff Fisher?
He last time I heard, he was coaching some kind of college team or was not coaching some kind of college team. At one point, he was almost in the running to coach the Tennessee Vols, and I was like, no. I don't want to see that. Nope.
Let's see where he's at now.
I know that Eddie George coaches TSU here.
Oh, he's the head coach and general manager for the Michigan Panthers. Who are they?
I have no idea. Probably some kind of.
That's Cooper Rush's alma mater, Central Michigan.
Oh, okay. Michigan Panthers, United States Football League, USFL. It says he also is a former cornerback and a return specialist.
Yeah, Jeff Fisher. Oh, and I remember when he would try to coach the Rams, and I was like, y'all think this is going to work? Nope.
He coached for 4 years from 2012 to 16. He was drafted in the 81 draft by the Chicago Bears. He played with the Bears for 5 seasons. He won a Super Bowl ring in 85 while on injured reserve during his final season as a player.
8-8 Jeff Fisher.
Yep, 500 Jeff Fisher.
Fisher's most successful season was 1995 while he led the Titans to the franchise first and only Super Bowl appearance.
Yeah, but that wasn't his team.
No, that wasn't his team. No, he inherited that team. It wasn't really his. That was our first year as being called the Titans when we went to the Super Bowl that year. And you know what's interesting, and a lot of people don't know this, but the Titans wasn't going to be the first name. They were almost thinking about calling them the Tennessee Copperheads, and they were going to call it the Snake Pit.
Oh wow!
But they decided to go with the Titans instead, which is the name they went with.
That Titans team was a fun team to watch, especially when he was with Vince Young.
I remember when Vince Young broke loose over there in Houston. He actually, at the end of the game, he took off running and went down the field. I was always surprised that you guys during that time didn't draft Vince Young, because I remember y'all had a high draft pick as well.
Mario Williams.
Yeah, you guys went with Mario
and Reggie
Williams.
Bush went, I think, 2. Or no, 3, right?
Yeah, I mean, you know what's weird, though, is that I wanted the Titans to draft Mario Williams and keep Steve McNair. But you guys, I was hoping you guys would have had Vince Young, but that was...
How many years did Vince Young play for the Titans?
Not very long. Maybe 3 or 4 years, and then I think he went somewhere else. Then he played for Philly behind Vic for a little bit.
Yeah. When he first started for Tennessee, he was pretty good.
Yeah.
But, after a while, of not having the offensive line, of him constantly having to run, of him, not being able to set up and go through his progressions.
Yep.
You knew that they wasn't going to invest in him.
And then they went, there was one time when they had Chris Johnson, they did this thing where I think if Malik Willis plays with Derrick Henry, I think this could work too. Chris Johnson and Vince Young used to do this thing where they would both run off together, and the defenders didn't know which one was going to have the ball. And it worked for perfection. I think once Malik Willis gets in there and starts for the Titans, him and Derrick Henry could do that.
Damn, nice.
And start messing up some stuff, because they would be like, okay, we're all focused on Derrick Henry. Now Malik can take off with it. And I think that could work. I mean, honestly, though, when I looked, I knew it was bad for Vince Young when the Titans went 13-3 in 2008, and Kerry Collins was the starting quarterback over him. You knew that was bad.
I thought that it was going to end up picking up for Vince Young whenever y'all bought in Kenny Britt. And Kenny Britt was, for a while there, looked like he was going to be the goods. But like I said, it's anything with Jeff Fisher. Jeff Fisher doesn't, he's not a head coach. And so that didn't go anywhere. But like I said, the same thing that happened to Vince Young ended up happening to Sam Bradford under Jeff Fisher. And that became stagnant. And St. Louis didn't do anything for years. So, I mean,
got a Super Bowl.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just, he's one of those coaches where it's like, I'm just glad he never was a coach for Dallas.
Hey, speaking of which, was that touchdown catch to win the Dez Bryant the Packers game? Y'all remember?
Yeah, that was a catch. Yeah. The fucking referees hate Dallas. They hate Dallas. I think it's Goodell. The NFL looks like Goodell's freaking personal football game. So whenever there's a game that freaking Goodell's like, I'm pissed off at Jerry. Well, guess what? Dak or freaking Dez, it's not a touchdown. They just throw flags and shit. You know who they need to get to be a referee in the NFL?
Who?
That female referee in AEW that always tries to hijack. She's always trying to get in front of the camera whenever one of the guys and do a ridiculous face. That Audrey Edwards, I think that's what her name is. Yeah, they need to bring in
perfect. Yeah.
To be a referee in the NFL, and she could just make those goofy faces that she does with the big bugging out eyes and trying to hold her arm up and look like she's doing something. Bring her in to do some method acting and show these referees how to sit there and hijack the game.
Have you guys ever seen a referee that comes into whether it's Houston or Tennessee or Dallas? Have you ever seen one particular referee come in there and just call everything on you?
Yeah.
And there was this older guy. He's not coaching the NFL and he's not refereeing in the NFL no more. But anytime he called a Titan game, he always called us for something. It didn't matter what it was.
You're like one of your players must have slept with his wife or something.
Maybe.
Right?
He probably like us. Oh well, I have a naked photo of Derrick Henry in my wall.
Yeah, this the NFL. Oh man, dude, that's why it's like the officiating is horrible in the NFL. It's like they don't even care.
Be right back, guys. Give me 2 minutes.
But I think that girl would be perfect, especially if she was coaching for if she was referee for the Jaguar games.
Yeah. Tony Khan should put her on the payroll and then say, hey, yeah, we need to bring up attendance. So we need you to throw some dramatic flags out there and then hijack the scenes.
Oh, good Lord.
Just make up shit to flag.
I will say that, though, what Donovan was saying about that Packers-Cowboys playoff game, Dez Bryant did get the touchdown. I went back and I saw it. It was clearly a touchdown.
Oh, yeah, it was. And I think that what had happened was, which everybody's like, and it's ESPN trying to stir up bullshit, but, this is one of the reasons why I don't really watch football like I used to. But, the week before that, they played the Detroit Lions, and everybody's like, oh, well, the Cowboys should have been called for pass interference in that game, and it wasn't called because one of the players for the Cowboys was holding supposedly the Brian Pettigrew. But what ended up happening was Brian Pettigrew had the guy's face mask, so it should have been an offsetting penalty, and the non-call was the right call if it was an offsetting penalty. But they went back and replayed it, and they said, well, they didn't give it to him, and so ESPN had made a big deal about that the previous week.
Yeah.
So they're like, okay, well, since the Dallas Cowboys got away with that one, we're going to give them a call and cost them the game because they cost Detroit the game with that call. And so, yeah, it's like I said, whenever it's like whenever a team isn't supposed to win the next week, there's going to be some sort of ridiculous call that's going to, like I said, the Cowboys and the 49ers, they, Dak is trying to get set. And the officials run in the middle of it and screw them up before they could get set and whatnot. So everybody's like, oh, well, yeah, that was intentional. But it is what it is. It's the NFL, you know.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So let me ask you guys a question. How do y'all think The Rock is going to end up fighting Roman Reigns at WrestleMania? That's what everybody's calling. Y'all see that happening?
I do, and I'm gonna tell you, and I'll tell you why.
Soft
He did-
wrestling, fuck it.
well, I mean, like, he did buy the XFL, and they're supposed to start sometime early next year. And from what I heard, The Rock has took some time. He's not doing any movies from February to May, and
Okay.
so if he's not doing any TV shows or movies during that time, then obviously he's getting prepared for this thing. And plus, they're bringing in more people from their family. Like, they just brought in the Usos' brother now to be a part of the bloodline. But if I'm WWE, if I'm going to pull this trigger, then The Rock needs to show up at least at Survivor Series.
But
Or-
do you think they could keep The Rock and Roman far away from the ring from each other as possible? Because you don't want to taint the WrestleMania match, right?
WWE is very good at using their social media and their, The Rock tweets all the time. So I'm sure they could easily use like some methods to do that to happen. The only thing I don't want happening is I don't want Roman going in with both belts trying to face The Rock. Because that match doesn't need the championship. It's already been as it is.
And they need to get The Rock in there like quick to build up a good storyline and to build it up to a WrestleMania moment, not just say, oh, well, The Rock is here. We can only use him for like 2 weeks and then, rush it in there. The Rock needs to understand that, regardless, like, we get it. You're a Hollywood XFL guy, successful personality outside the ring. But if you're going to do this for your cousins and you're trying to get over your cousins, have a little bit more respect for the people who would be interested in seeing this and make this a worthwhile feud. I think you're right. I think that they need to come in. They need to bring him in as soon as possible and say, hey, we need to get the ball rolling. We need to go ahead and get Roman over. We're going to use you to do that. We need you to build up sympathy for Roman and not just come in and say, oh, okay, well, I'm just going to go ahead and give the wrestling fans the least amount of effort that I can in this. I'm trying to do the XFL shit, and so I'm just going to sit there and this is charity work. This is UNICEF, me donating the time. No, go in, help your cousin out. Go out there, really make him look like $1 million going into WrestleMania.
What if The Rock was, no!
Well, here's what they could do, though. I mean, if you really want to spice it up, I mean, I know The Rock's only going to appear on a pay-per-view. So you have, so apparently Triple H is bringing War Games to Survivor Series, which has never been done in Survivor Series before. My thing is if you're going to do it, you have The Rock show up. The Rock's, coming just to talk to the crowd. You have Roman and the Bloodline come out, and they act like they're all cool with each other because they're family. And then Roman's over there telling them, hey, you may be The Rock, but I'm the tribal chief. Acknowledge me. And The Rock would be like, oh, yeah, well, I'll acknowledge you. And all of a sudden, The Rock can do like a fist to Roman, and all of a sudden, the Bloodline can beat up The Rock and put him on the shelf for like a month or two, give The Rock some time to come back, which they easily could do. And then that's when you can build on your WrestleMania match.
I don't know. Like I said, you want The Rock to come back. You want The Rock to be the heel and, really help Roman. Because, The Rock isn't going to come back to wrestling. This is like him trying to help out his cousin. So I definitely think that The Rock being in charge of the Bloodline would be the best way to go if you're going to do something, do it right. And this is the problem that we're having with everything is that everybody comes in and they want to do stuff half-assed. And then they get the half-ass reaction of people being skeptical about it. And then they get pissed because they're like, oh, well, you're just a hater. You just like me because I'm in a position of privilege. And say, like, okay, you can keep your position of privilege and you can go ahead and keep making great content. And I'm going to watch something else. I'm going to watch wrestling from the 80s. And then
this might piss off some wrestling fans, what I'm about to say. But hey, if if AEW decides to terminate CM Punk's contract, The Rock does need someone to carry his bag. So Phil Brooks, if you're listening, you can always carry The Rock's bags at WrestleMania. You get close to a main event right there.
Yeah, and you want to know something is that A&W is full of bag carriers. So, A&W wrestling.
So how would you guys book it if, let's say, The Rock comes in before Survivor Series? Would Rock have a match or two before Mania?
No.
Or are you just keeping them far? What is y'all's strategy for that whole 6 months prior to Mania? Like, how do you book it if you were booking it?
I think The Rock comes. I think The Rock comes in. Obviously, they're going to have The Rock as the baby face over Roman Reigns as the heel. So, what you're going to do is you're going to have The Rock come out. Like I said, he can come out and interrupt. Now, what would be a bigger pop is if he interrupted Roman Reigns in the bloodline. Comes down there and tries to talk to them, tries to try to tell them not to listen to Paul Heyman and do all this stuff. And Roman Reigns would be like, yo, you might be family, but you're beneath me now. You're washed up. No one wants to see you. Let it be truthful. Let Roman, because that's what Triple H is doing. He's letting these guys talk whatever they want to talk now. So if I was him, I would just let him say all this bad shit about The Rock. Like, look, no one wants to see you. No one cares about your mediocre movies. Just let them go. Let these two go at it like that and that mic. And obviously what you could do is you can have like the bloodline, have like a stare down at Survivor Series, and then maybe at the Royal Rumble, The Rock can come back again and maybe screw Roman out of the championship. And that could lead to a WrestleMania showdown.
Interesting.
That's what I would do. I would, because I don't want Roman to have those two belts beforehand because it just.
So you want him to lose it before all that,
right? That's what I mean. Because honestly, you look at it, both of those championship belts need to be split apart from each other. The fact that you have one guy as one champion is kind of hurting both It's kind of hurting both shows. And I think you can easily book a WWE and a Universal title match in WrestleMania. The Rock and Roman Reigns alone is a main event without having a title match.
That's what, and then it's like, oh, well, now he has to win as champion against Rock to put him over. I'm like, no, you don't really have to do all that.
Now, they could do something where The Rock wins the belt again, and then he comes out the next night on Raw and then drops it, which could be something that he could be like, look, I'm going to drop the title. But I don't think The Rock's wanting to have a championship. The Rock's already said if he was to come back and wrestle, it'd have to be against Roman Reigns. And then The Rock's at this show on NBC called The Young Rock, and they already teased it with a young Roman Reigns saying, I want to face you one day. And he goes, well, maybe and then The Young Rock goes, maybe at WrestleMania we'll do it.
Oh, shit. So
they've already kind of even on The Rock's fucking show. So they and Triple H even said, like, right now it's now or never, because The Rock's getting up there in age, so it's now or never. It's either you do it now or you don't do it at all. And plus, it's going to be in Los Angeles. If you don't do it, it's not going to happen ever.
So you think they have to do if they are going to do it, they got to do it right then and there.
Yeah, I mean there's no. I mean, like, The Rock's in great shape. Don't get me wrong, but most of that is from steroids. Because I remember, hey, look, I've followed The Rock's workout plan before for a couple months. You do get a little bit cut, but let me tell you, there's something he's doing.
You're just keeping it 100.
Yeah. So I mean, I honestly I think that if you're gonna book this match, you gotta start putting the pieces there. Like Poston said, you gotta start putting it now. And
how would you book the storyline though, Polston?
How would I book it? So I'd have Roman Reigns come out, like he said, Survivor Series, so War Games, whatever it is. I'd have The Rock come out, end up screwing Roman Reigns where he loses the title. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then you have the Usos, like they're, The Rock came out. Why the hell did The Rock end up coming out and screwing over Roman Reigns. That's his cousin and stuff. And then the Usos, the next night, the following night on a Monday Night Raw, come out, confront The Rock. The Rock's like, I'm the one that started this. I'm the one that set the table for these people right here. The Rock, the great one, Hollywood Rock. Come out as Hollywood Rock, the heel Rock. No, nobody wants to see this whole Disney version of The Rock. Everybody wants to see heel Rock anyways.
Yeah.
Yep.
Bring back Hollywood Rock, and then have Roman Reigns come back like he's gonna, acknowledge me, and then have the Usos turn on Roman Reigns. So now Hollywood Rock is in charge. He's set the table for everything that Roman Reigns has accomplished. He's coming out doing the same thing that he did to Hogan, saying, yeah, I'm the one that gave you all this stuff. I'm the head of the table, yada yada yada. The Rock is, and The Rock is a star. He owns the XFL. He's coming out in black. Pitch all his stuff and say that he's the Hollywood Rock, and come back and heal it up in the WWE. And Roman has to, maybe they have a match where The Rock ends up beating Roman Reigns with the help of the Usos and whatnot. The Rock is just always getting up with Roman Reigns. You get Roman Reigns coming in as an anti-hero face now type of character, facing The Rock and winning at WrestleMania. That's how I would book it. I would book it from the angle where Roman is getting retribution and trying to earn his spot as head of the table, and The Rock is heel. I wouldn't book it any other way.
So now
how do y'all book the finish at Mania? Ooh, Rick said, how do you book the finish?
You book it with Roman Reigns going over.
Like a clean fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're not gonna do anything with The Rock afterwards.
No.
The Rock is gonna be doing Hollywood. He's gonna be running the XFL. So you can't. This is why Kev is right. You don't need the title on this one, because if you put the title on, The Rock, well then everybody will be like, oh well, The Rock, Roman has to win. But if you don't have that title, you can build it up and have The Rock look super strong, to where it's like, oh, can Roman beat? And there's always that little bit of doubt. Once you put a title on one person or the other, then you remove that doubt.
I never really thought of that. Smart.
Well, here's the difference between Triple H booking this and Vince. If this was Vince would have booked The Rock winning the belt somehow and then taking it to Hollywood, so that way it's got some kind of prestige to it in his mind. But all it does is just hurts the product even more by doing so. Triple H's way of booking it would be like, I need to get the belt off of Roman because this match doesn't need the belt.
Right, yeah.
That would be Triple H's way of looking at this. And honestly, at the end, what you could do is after Roman beats The Rock, they both stand up, they both look at each other. The Rock gives them a hug. They give each other a handshake, and Rock's pretty much passing the torch to Roman.
Damn.
And
nice.
see, like this right here is that you're making more main events if you split the belts up, like Kevin said. So let's say we put the belt. I would probably put the Universal title. I'd put one on McIntyre, and then I'd put the other one on Brock Lesnar. And then, we need a match for Cena, which you could go ahead and have Cena versus McIntyre. And then you can have Bobby Lashley versus Brock Lesnar. Yep. And now you're starting to fill out your card.
Who would you have him drop the title to? McIntyre?
Well, I don't think Cena probably won't need the belt. Cena's not there for the belt again. Even though he's 16-time, I don't think they would actually they would go with him being 17. I think Cena would put over Drew McIntyre like he did with Roman last year.
But you would still have to push it for Cena. And like I said, bring back heel Cena. Because there's no need for you to come back as a face, Cena. No. You know what I'm saying? No, you're not going to sell merch. You're not going to do this. Bring in Cena and then have Cena come in as heel John Cena and whatnot.
You know what I would do? You know what I would do at a pay-per-view right before WrestleMania to give The Rock some time to get some rust off? I would book Hollywood Rock teams with heel Cena to face Drew McIntyre and Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
That was something that would be kind of cool because both guys can be like, hey, we're bigger than WWE. We don't really need this. You guys need us. And the ratings are higher now because of me and Cena being here. And they can Cena and Rock can actually create a faction, almost like a
NWO types, except not as good, but like close to NWO type.
yeah. And they could do something interesting with
Let
that.
me see. I'm trying to think of who else they could bring in. Just just to kind of solidify it to a degree. I don't think Hogan would be the right choice because he's a little bit older now. Even though he'd be a great one, I don't think that would be interesting.
Yeah.
You can always put Rock, Cena, and Brock Lesnar together.
But yeah, that'd be interesting, and that would get sympathy for Bobby Lashley as well.
Because him and Bobby Lashley, because they both were heels. Well, actually, no, Brock was a face and he was a heel. And I do like this face Brock, but I also like Brock as a heel, and Bobby's really good as a face too. So it needs some kind of sympathy. But honestly, what I would do in that whole situation is I like what Poston said. You have the Usos and the Usos' brother now a part of the bloodline. I would even have Paul Heyman turn on Roman Reigns.
Damn.
And,
yeah. And then, they're rubbing elbows with The Rock. So you have John Cena, you have The Rock, then you have the Usos coming out that would be with The Rock. And so, really, do you even need Brock Lesnar,
And what can happen is The Rock, and you can have The Rock do his funny skits where he's telling Paul Heyman to go get him a cheeseburger, and go get him some coffee. You fat walrus.
Well, I guess you can. I guess you can go ahead and bring in Brock Lesnar, and Paul Heyman could leave Roman Reigns for Brock Lesnar. Maybe Brock Lesnar is fighting Roman Reigns for the title. The Rock comes in. He screws over Roman. Brock Lesnar gets his win over Roman Reigns. He gets his title back, and all of a sudden he's sitting there. Paul Heyman helps him. He screws over Roman Reigns as well, and they're all sitting there laughing and stuff like that at Roman Reigns. So you got this little faction of Brock Lesnar, John Cena, The Rock, and the Usos. Yeah, that could work. And that would bring in a hell of a lot more interest in anything that wrestling has seen in a long time. Especially, like I said, you bringing back Cena and teaming him up with The Rock and a heel Cena. Yeah. Have Cena come out.
Hollywood Rock.
Yeah, Hollywood Rock. Heel Cena. Back in the days whenever he used to cut his little, rhyming, gives something like that. Doesn't have to necessarily be, but it has to be a heel. It has to be enough where that John Cena is a heel, and team them up with Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman and the Usos. Yeah,
I would bring back the Dr. Fuckonomics Cena for this one.
I
would bring him back where he's over there doing these rap stuff to people and doing some of these little funny things with that, and they can talk about how Drew McIntyre wears a skirt and this and that, and just make it.
That's
just make it some funny stuff, and because what would be really good, because Drew McIntyre already got a big win against Brock Lesnar but that was during the pandemic where no one really got a chance to see it. But if he can get a big win over a guy like John Cena at WrestleMania, solidifies Drew McIntyre, and Bobby Lashley getting that victory over Brock Lesnar solidifies Bobby even more. So now you have two good champions, one for Raw, one for SmackDown. Roman can take some time off after WrestleMania.
Yeah, and like I said, it'll give him a retribution storyline where you can move him from heel to anti-hero coming back. So and
what's cool about that is that the crowd's already getting behind Roman as a heel now. So now it's kind of like you kind of need to kind of put him as a
anti-hero.
Anti-hero, yeah.
Yeah, so you give The Rock the heel roll and bring him in as Hollywood Rock, and you build him up, get sympathy towards Roman, while The Rock is, doing his thing and, really kind of messing. And he could have so much fun with this roster because this isn't like, everybody's kind of like small and short, and he could have a lot of fun with it, like he did with the Hurricane and whatnot. So. Have segments with like Finn Balor and other guys that you're trying to get over.
Yeah, I saw the above message. Slither, my bad. I just saw it. My bad. Yeah, he said I won. It was a 3-way tie in his pick'em video, and I won a helmet.
Ooh.
So I guess I would have to give you my address to mail my helmet. That would be nice. Here, I'll send it to you right now, Slither. Send you my Eddie.
I'll tell you this will make the Roman and Rock match even bigger. Is if you have Stone Cold as a special referee.
Yeah.
That right there, because, we all know The Rock and Austin's history. So that kind of, like, keeps it at bay and stuff like that. And they can easily be like, Austin can keep the Usos at bay.
Or what about Shawn Michaels?
Oh.
Because The Rock and Shawn Michaels and their history and whatnot, and you haven't really seen a lot of interactions, so you wouldn't know exactly who Shawn Michaels would, be going for.
Or you could put Hogan as the referee.
Yeah. Heel Hogan. Have him come in with the heel gimmick with the NWO face, stuff like that. That'd be interesting. And then have him screw over The Rock and say, "You took my WrestleMania moment, brother."
Man, I can't believe I won Slither's drawing on his tournament, so I get a helmet.
No, he's saying
a nice helmet. It'll probably be a mini helmet or a little mini pocket helmet. I don't know. I'll take whatever.
Well, no, actually, what Sports is saying says, no, I didn't say you won a helmet. I said you're one of the names in the drawing from my helmet.
Oh!
You're getting ahead of yourself there, Steven.
Oh, shit. Sorry.
I'll be excited too, though, because I've always wanted to have I've always wanted to do a helmet collection. So I would be excited about that too if I saw that.
That's what's up, man. Well, Sportslive, I tried. I'll check his video out to see if I won.
Oh, by the way, though, I don't know if you know this, but Dashy was saying that Tom Brady was going to beat Green Bay by 50-something points last week, and I'm sure Dashy's probably like kicking himself in the ass now after saying something stupid like that.
Wait, Athletic Dashy said what?
Athletic Dashy told Ogden and Fargo and all of them on a group chat that Brady was going to beat Green Bay by 50-something points. And I was like, and we're all sitting there messing with. We all messed with. We trolled Dashy so hard that he did a video on Ferris because we told him that we did these little videos where we made it look like Dashy. We put Dashy and Joe Burrow together as like a Brokeback Mountain. And we told him that Ferris did it, and he went over there and made a fucking video on Ferris.
That's funny. Yeah, Athletic Dashy, he'll give me his like predictions and points, and it's always like some weird score. He'll put like Dolphins 50, Texans like 7 or something, or like 9, and I'm like, what? He'll send me these odd scores, He'll put Patriots 36, Bucks 22, and I'm like, okay. And then one time he put Washington 55, Jets 3. I'm like,
jeez.
You saying that Dashy's?
Do you think The Rock should wrestle a couple of matches before Roman to kind of like boost him up or no?
Well, The Rock could
against two jobbers, like just have him squash like 2 or 3 guys.
Yeah, they would have to be squash matches, and like say like a Finn Balor or somebody, maybe like a Kevin Owens or somebody. I notice would be a good one. Somebody that that's either going to be the top performance is going to be a mid-carder or he's going to be a jobber. don't like get him into anything where you're going to have to devote any kind of real time to build him up, because that's not what The Rock is there. He's there to get over Roman Reigns.
All
But
right.
if you,
Go ahead.
yeah, I was going to say you can give him squash matches to come in, run through, but give him fan favorites. Give him favorites of, and I don't know because it's been a while since I watched wrestling, but give him like your what's the guy, Adam Cole's and stuff, or your Daniel Bryant's, like those guys. Fans favorites, and let him make fun of them and piss off the fans. That's what you need to do.
All right, about to play. Slither's announcing the tournament winner of his Pick'em League. Let's see.
Eliminate to make your
I
job
was in the
one
hat.
click
Let's see.
simpler.
All right, hold on. Skip. Why not? Got nothing else to do for the next 30 minutes.
Hello.
Wait. Why is it?
What's up, good, everybody? Sportslive in the ATL. I am back here to give my results for week 3 of the Slip Pick. I'm trying. Everybody hounding me. Oh, Slither, who won? Guys, I just got done flying 2,100 miles, 4,200 miles or whatever in 4 days. Give me a break, my dudes. But I do appreciate the fact that y'all are all looking forward to who's winning my tournament. Now, there are a couple updates on this tournament on week 3. Let me make sure I got everyone here. Okay, on week 3, I had to make 2 disqualifications. I'm not going to mention who they are because that's not the point of it. It just happens to be that way. Both parties were notified. Number one,
both parties were
one
notified.
of them, I didn't get any confirmation of picks for week 3. So they are disqualified. And the other one, I cannot understand.
He's low key roasting those guys, and then he calls them to tell them that I had to notify them that they've been disqualified. I don't even do that. I just take their names off the paper and rinse, repeat.
Picks and missing a couple picks. You have to make sure that, first of all, I require a video. Okay, I can't have just looks on a sheet of paper unless I'm notified in advance. Okay, I need to have it on video, clear, concise. I cannot read everything that's posted. But for the most part, everybody does well. But now the tournament is down to 10 people. Good luck to the ones I had to disqualify. The only way that you will be back in it is if there is a legit reason. But I cannot really have. I need to have a commitment. I said it from the very beginning. But both of them are still my friends. And, hopefully they understand, that I have a contest to run. So,
yep.
And we'll see who is the winner of this contest and wins the $10 on the Cash App. The picks and the results for this week: Joshua Gus, 5-11. It's terrible. 44, the legendary, 9-7, not bad. Vic2 Production, 7-9, has yet to have a winning record. Where you hiding? Terrible. Missed his first 7 picks. 5-11. Mark Big Bear Myers, 7-9. Meet the Mets, 500, 8-8. Dashy, 7-9. Okay, but this one is an interesting one because there are 3 people with 10-6 records. First, you can see right here, the 10-6. There's 2 of them right there. There's their results. The W's are the wins. The L's are the losses. Rise Up ATL, 10-6. Stephen Rose, 10-6. And then the last one, right here. Beast of the East, 10-6. Again, let me make sure I got it correctly here. Beast of the East, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He picked Cleveland, Chicago, Tennessee, Minnesota, Baltimore, Cincinnati, Philadelphia, Carolina, Rams, Dallas. They all won. That equals 10. Rise Up ATL picked. He had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He picked Miami, Cincinnati, Carolina, Baltimore, Minnesota, Philadelphia, Indianapolis, Atlanta, Denver, Dallas, equaling 10. And Stephen Rose, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He picked Cleveland, Carolina, Miami, Minnesota, Cincinnati, Tennessee, Philadelphia, Jacksonville. The only one I picked Jacksonville.
All right.
I think. Picked Atlanta and picked Dallas. There's your 3, 10-6. Week 1 winner was 44, the legendary. Week 2 winner was Where You Hiding. And now it's time to announce the winner of week 3 of the tournament. There's Beast of the East. Here's a helmet. I got them all the same size. You can see it.
Nice.
There's Beast of the East, 10-6. Okay, brother. Stephen Rose, 10-6. Hey, everybody, I'm Stephen Rose. Rise Up ATL. Hey, everybody, I'm Rise Up ATL. Yeah, right there. There's 10-6. They're in the helmet, as you can see. This is always a fun part of it.
So the winner
I know all you guys are waiting with pins and needles. I'm not looking, as you can see. It's going to be random. Who will be the winner of week 3 in the Split Up Pick'em tournament? Don't forget, guys, I need your picks by noon Eastern time tomorrow. I do have a couple videos I got to watch that have already done theirs. So here we go. I'm looking at it. And right here, I got it right here. The winner of week 3 of the Split Up Pick'em tournament is. Oh, okay. Hey, everybody, it's Stephen Rose.
Oh,
Stephen Rose, congratulations.
Yes.
Three guys had 10-6 records. We all know the rule. I draw from the helmet.
Won.
Stephen Rose, I need your Cash App, sir.
Oh.
Stephen Rose is the winner of week 3 in the NFL Pick'em tournament. As you see, again, so you know it was legit. Rise Up ATL and Beast of the East.
You know what?
But thank you very much, everybody.
I'm gonna be a
Again, week
gentleman.
4, I need your picks by.
I'll be a gentleman. I'm going to donate my $10, Sportslive, if you're watching. I'm going to donate it. I'm going to be a good person. I don't want your $10, but I'm glad that I won. What I want you to do with that $10 is I want you to donate it to anything. I don't care. Charity, whatever, Goodwill, whatever, on me. Or give it to a random homeless person and just say, here's $10. Yeah, that's serious. Rick, I don't want the money. I don't. I would rather donate it to someone who needs it more than I do.
Okay. You can donate it to the Tyron Smith get well and stop getting injury every year, proceeds for Tyron Smith.
I'll donate to the good cause, man. Why not? I do a lot of nice things for people, even though they say on the video I kind of sound selfish. But I buy my coworkers food. I buy them drinks. Do you ever do that, Polston? Do you ever buy like drinks or something for a supervisor or coworker in the past or present?
Yeah, I've done that before. Or taking them home or whatever.
I want to donate my $10. And from now on, if I win, all proceeds go to charity. All proceeds, you can donate it wherever. I trust Sports Live will donate to the right cause. Whether it's a homeless person or a friend who may need $10, just you're doing it as an act of kindness. So, whenever I win your weeks, it don't matter if I win here on out. I'm donating to charity. Whatever, just whenever you win and you say, "Hey, Stephen, you won," that's the same answer remains for the rest of the year. Donate it to a good cause. Except for the flags, I'll try to win the flags. But other than that, the rest of the weeks, if I win 2 or 3 more, donate it to whoever. Just give it to a person that may need it. So, Polson, have you ever donated?
Oh, yeah.
Have you ever donated, Polson, to charity?
Yeah.
Or have you ever do you ever buy stuff for your coworkers? Thanks, Sports Live. Yeah, Sports Live, you went 10-6 last week. If you click on the link, tournament-champions.com, it's at the bottom. I actually said how you did earlier. Shit, I gotta find the paper. Shit. You actually moved up in the tournament. You're actually 3rd place at 27 wins. I'll put the sheet up here so you can see. But like I said, it'd probably be better if you go and look online. You're 27-21, tied with Weston, and 1 win behind LAOG. As you can see, the standings right there in your division. So you're 3rd place and really a game back from 1st in your division. So, yeah, 10-6, man. All right, so Sports Live, who do you want for the Dolphins Bengals? Forgot to ask you that. Week 4 at the start. Sports Live, within 1 minute and 30 seconds, you'll have all your picks out by then at the video. I just read them all real quick, made it quick and simple. You got Dolphins, Argon. Hey, so Prodigal, where's the game? In Cincinnati. I said it's a possible trap game. There has potential to be.
Yeah, it's in Cincinnati, but they're playing the Dolphins, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really go either way. So, Polson, have you ever bought lunch for a coworker?
Yeah, I just told you that I did.
Yeah, I got yours, Donovan. What do you usually buy them? Do you do it all the time or just sometimes?
No, just whenever a coworker needs something to eat, generally.
All right, yeah. I buy my coworker stuff all the time, whether it's drinks, sometimes food, sometimes energy drinks. I just do it just to be nice, to try to improve on team morale, My bad, Polson. I didn't mean to keep you on here. So I know Roman's had a bunch of matches, but do you think Roman Reigns should have do you think him and Rock should have some kind of interaction, like maybe like a big brawl and the rest are trying to break it up, like that kind of shit? Or do you think, nah, it's easy?
Well, I think that leading up to it, and this is why Kev is right, you got to bring The Rock in immediately, like now, so he could build up on his, heel status, and he could build up on being The Rock and whatnot, and land the SmackDown. That's why you got to feed him, like I said, guys, and I feed him stuff, and I don't know who the indie darlings are right now. A lot of the NXT roster that they're, may not be capable of getting into the main event, kind of like I said, and Adam Cole was a fan favorite. Finn Balor is a fan favorite. But Finn Balor is not going to be a guy that, the casual fans and the old school wrestling fans are going to be interested in seeing. So, you can use The Rock to come out and embarrass somebody like a Finn Balor. You can use him to come out and, another fan favorite is Kevin Owens. You know what I'm saying? Is the New Day still a thing in WWE?
Are they?
I don't know.
Man, that's how long it's been since I've been watching wrestling. Are they still there? What if they are? You're saying The Rock should beat them up?
Yeah, The Rock should come out there and, with the Usos and whatnot, and maybe heel John Cena and a Brock Lesnar and embarrass the New Day if they're still out there, and make fun of them and say, this is what wrestling has become, and use that. Saying, yeah, wrestling is somebody that comes out, straps a dildo to their head, puts on blue panties, and then comes out here and acts like a bunch of pantyweights. And, give them hell about that and build it up. You know what I'm saying? Be the heel Rock. And, come out there and say, yeah, this is what Hollywood, this is what being a badass looks like, and then beat the hell out of them. Because that's one of the ones that this fan base in particular get behind, because they do stupid shit and they degrade themselves.
So you're saying The Rock should be heel?
Yeah, he should be heel. Because that's going to be how you get interest into the product. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and
I think seeing face Rock's going to be kind of boring. That Disney
it's going to be Disney fucking Rock. That's not going to sell very much. It's not going to get much interest. But if you bring him in an old-fashioned heel Rock, and he's out there making fun of the wrestling product as a whole, and he could sit there and and take indirect shots at Tony Khan. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. The Rock is, he's a Hollywood Rock. He's been in all these good movies. He's the owner of the XFL, by which he could take indirect shots at Tony Khan, by which the XFL is in negotiations to see if they can't bring in some jobber teams for the superior XFL teams. So we're making deals to bring in the Jacksonville Jaguars to, come in to the XFL, take some shots at Tony Khan,
Dude, that would be badass.
Sit there and be like, this is what wrestling is. The Rock ended up beating WCW in the ratings. And now anybody that comes up against, this isn't even competition. Take shots, go ahead, come out there, make fun of this current fan base and heal it up. Yeah.
So you're saying it would draw some heat?
Yeah. Yeah. Draw some heat. Use it.
Imagine if Cena and The Rock came back and then like Orton and Sheamus and all of them look at each other and then Triple H, they all like form a stable. And they're like, we're going to bury everybody, all your favorite wrestlers. And they just start beating up all the locker room.
Yeah. The Rock could hire a bunch of like, you remember how like,
Yeah.
Be like they'd bring in somebody like Beetlejuice or somebody like that to sit there and make fun of another wrestler like Gilbert and shit like that. The
Yeah.
Rock would go ahead and hire a bunch of midgets and say, you know, have them dress up like AEW talent, right? Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. You can mention AEW if you're WWE, and it's not going to help improve the AEW ratings. But have them come out there, dress up a bunch of guys like CM Punk, like Kenny Omega, like freaking CM Punk, Kenny Omega, you know, some of the young bucks and stuff like that, some of the talent in AEW, and have them say, oh, look, it's competition. Have one of the guys look like Tony Khan and stuff like that. And have The Rock go out there and, you know, bury these former NXT guys, you know, just give them different names, change them, but you know who they are. But, you know, the fans would know who they were. You know, instead of CM Punk, you call it CM Skunk because he's like Owen, whatever. He's never won. And then, you know, you can call him the young Boots or something like that because it's boots to asses, stuff like that. And you can call, you know, Kenny, you know, Omegle or whatever the fuck Jim Cornette calls him, and have a little fun with it, you know. Sit there and kind of make fun of the product, but make fun of the base as well. And people would tune in.
Badass.
Yeah. Hollywood heel, Hollywood Rock, and then you put the Usos with them, and the Usos can get a, you know, bump off of the Rock because they're pretty good in the heel type setting, you know, when they were doing the rap battles and stuff. And, you know, you could go ahead and give them that gimmick. And then you can go ahead and bring in John Cena, who you said that, you know, maybe looking for a WrestleMania spot. And then bring him in as like the Thugonomics, like Kev said, heel John Cena, to go ahead and, you know, plug in there with the Usos. And then you, you know, like I said, you do a heel turn for Brock Lesnar because they helped him win the title.
That does sound like that makes sense, though.
Yeah. And then, you know, Roman Reigns has to overcome that. And then, like I said, you bring in Drew McIntyre, put the belt on McIntyre, put one of the belts on McIntyre, put one of the belts on Lashley, and then just to fuck with the A&W wrestling a little bit more, go ahead and make Sting an offer he can't refuse for one match. And, you know, see if The Undertaker will do one more match just for WrestleMania and finally get the Sting versus Undertaker match. And that would
be decent, though.
Huh?
But do you think that match will be decent or not really?
Sting and The Undertaker are kind of old. They're both professionals. And I think that if Sting and The Undertaker kind of dedicated to it, I think that they could put on a pretty quality match if they wanted to. The Undertaker hasn't wrestled in a while, so it would be one of those things to where it'd be more of a contribution trying to help the product get back to where it was. And you're talking about something that could actually bring back interest. And because, I mean, think about it. You know, you don't religiously watch wrestling again, but you may consider watching it just for that.
Just for The Rock, yeah.
For The Rock. And then you add in Sting and The Undertaker into WrestleMania. You add in Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley, Drew McIntyre versus John Cena. But, you know, these guys are coming back to go ahead and get these guys over and whatnot. You know, they could do so much. They can use this to get over other talent later on. And, you know, at the same time, you may start watching wrestling again. Guess what? You may sit there and say, man, I like this. I'm going to get the WWE Network. And it's going to bring interest back into the product, you know, for what it is. So, yeah, this would be...
It sound like that kind of makes sense, though.
Right. Triple H would be going all in to try and get a wrestling fan base, not whatever this is, the indie fan base. Because they tried to market to the indie fan base, the base isn't there. But, you know, I know like Dark Horse would start making videos on it again. Wrestling Jesus would probably want to come back and make wrestling videos again. Guys like Don Banks, the guys who were kind of doing the YWC shit before wrestling started to tank and people started to lose interest because there was no continuity to, you know, everything was being catered to the marginalized independent wrestling fan base.
Mm.
Yeah. It would work. But but like Kev says, they need to do it quick. The Rock can't just sit there and say, you know what, I'm just going to go ahead and donate some time like UNICEF to the WWE. I'll come in for a week before, win the week of, and then come back.
Mania, I'll cut some cheesy fucking promo, and then that's the end of that.
Yeah, if it's going to be a half-assed thing, then why even do it? Why even bother? Because you're wasting everybody's time. But if you're serious and you're trying to develop something, it's the same thing with the Undertaker and Sting match. If they're serious about it, if they're serious about the product and they want the product to succeed and be successful, they'll do. Yeah, and those guys will do it because they're old school traditional guys. They'll want to come in, they'll want to have a good match, and they'll want to get interest, if nothing else, for the other guys that are coming in. They'll be paving the way again to go ahead and get interest into a product that, by all measures, is probably drawing less ratings combined than some of the higher rated TNA shows back when Dixie was running TNA.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're struggling to reach those numbers combined. So they need a shot in the arm. And using this WrestleMania, if you get The Rock to come back and fight Roman Reigns, you have to make it work. You have to make it interesting. You bring in John Cena for WrestleMania, and teaming with The Rock, and you say Cena, if Cena's talks about the business and talks about wanting to do what's good for business and whatnot, that would be good for business. Him coming out as a heel to put these guys over. It does no good for you to come out and say, I don't want you to be a heel because you make a wish. You're not going to be that guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and
that sounds boring too.
Yeah, but and then you can maybe even find a way to get the title on John Cena, for that 17th time to get over Drew McIntyre later on, and he could be heel John Cena. And you could have heel Brock Lesnar with the title, and The Rock being the Hollywood Rock, he doesn't need the title.
You're right. That does sound like that makes sense, though.
Yeah, and then you could have that little faction come out, and the Usos doing their thing with the heel John Cena. They, the Usos have done the rap battles before, so we know that they can do that. John Cena can do the rap thing because that was his original gimmick as Doctor of Thugonomics, and come back as heel John Cena, and it would work. The Chain Gang. The Usos become the new Chain Gang, and then The Rock is the leader, Hollywood Rock, and then you have Brock Lesnar, which is the UFC guy that's the only legitimate threat, and then you have Bobby Lashley, Drew McIntyre, and Roman Reigns. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you just have The Rock out there.
So The Rock after Mania, you're saying not to have The Rock after that, like no rematch against Roman in the future, or just nah.
No, this will probably be his last match, anyways. And he's gonna go to Hollywood. He's gonna do his movie thing, and then he's gonna do his XFL thing. So he's not gonna want to come back and do any more matches. So that's why it's one-off type thing. And then you have, like Kev said, he at the end of it, he hugs the Roman, says, hey, you're my brother, you're my Us, and all this other stuff, and says, you've earned this spot and whatnot, and then ultimately leaves back for, Hollywood and stuff.
So you're saying just one match and that's it, winner take all, sort of?
Well, it'd be two matches, but, leading up, you give him a match at the Royal Rumble where The Rock goes over, and the power is to there. The Usos get involved, and the Rock, the Cena's and the Lesnar's come in, and they get involved, and they make sure that Brock ends up winning. But whenever it comes to WrestleMania, the Roman needs to go over, and that's how you get him over as an anti-hero.
Damn. So The Rock cannot win that match, right?
Not the WrestleMania match. He may win at Royal Rumble just to build up anticipation. And
do you think The Rock should win the Rumble?
Yeah, no, I don't think he should be in the Rumble. But like you would have, let's say, The Rock costs Roman Reigns the title, whether it's against Brock Lesnar or whatever it is. He costs Roman Reigns the title. and Brock Lesnar becomes the champion. He ends up, they end up having a, something to where it's like a tournament for the Universal Champion. Maybe Cena comes in as a surprise, ends up winning, turns heel. But the Roman Reigns versus The Rock, because they're not going to be in the Rumble, should be a separate match. So it's Roman Reigns versus The Rock at the Royal Rumble. The Rock ends up beating Roman Reigns. Maybe do another match at Elimination Chamber where The Rock beats Roman Reigns again. And at the Rumble, Roman Reigns finally gets his revenge against The Rock, because maybe you have the New Day fighting in a match against, maybe AJ Styles and Randy Orton. Is Randy Orton still wrestling? I know he was trending the other day. That'd be interesting to do a mixed tag team just to go after the Usos separately. AJ Styles and Orton, maybe? That'd be an interesting thing.
Yeah, it kind of does. That does sound like that's interesting.
So I don't know. I'd have to look at the roster, see what's going on, and see what I could work with. But, like I said, then you have Roman Reigns versus The Rock as your main event match. Your second main event could be Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley. You could have your mid-match, which is usually a main event in and of itself. Say you go ahead and give Sting the right amount of money, have Sting versus The Undertaker, and then that you could have John Cena versus the Drew McIntyre before that one. So you have a lot of main events on the thing, and you build up the stories right, it'll work.
That don't sound too bad.
Because say you have, let's say you have, you're building up The Rock coming out, right, and doing this, and then you have The Undertaker somewhere on Raw come out in the middle of Raw, and SmackDown maybe, but you have him come out and point out he doesn't pick an opponent or anything like that. He points out to the WrestleMania sign, and everybody's like, "Well, what the fuck? He hasn't even chosen an opponent. He's just in there by himself pointing at the WrestleMania sign." And then on the other side of the WrestleMania sign, they zoom in and Sting is up there at the WrestleMania sign. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you could do that, and it would, like I said, WrestleMania would immediately be there'd be a lot of hype. It would be trending on not just Twitter but every platform. Everybody would be talking about it, and that's how you get interest back into the product. Is people getting on YouTube, people getting on Facebook. They're excited about it, and they're going to spread it word of mouth. And then a lot of other people who were old school wrestling fans are going to be like The Undertaker, Sting. Oh my God, The Rock is coming back. They're going to share the promos and stuff. John Cena is acting like this right here. He's back. He's doing the thugonomics, and they were in his stable. They're going to tune in just out of curiosity. You know what I'm saying? The old school fans. And then that's going to bring up ratings for Raw, for SmackDown, to where you're going to get into the 3 and the 4s and maybe the 5 ratings for the product.
Yeah. All right, well, we're going to go ahead and end it because I got to go to work at 2:30. Pulse, you have anything else to say before we get out of here?
Nah, dude.
Hey, man, I appreciate your picks, man, as always, but I got to head on out, brother. You take care, all right? Y'all take care.